the fuck is this?
The wrong button. Here we go. My video is popping up. My mic is there for reasons unknown to me. Decepticon's video isn't popping up.
Oh no!
I don't know what's happening.
It is. It's a black square.
What's happening?
No!
I don't even see a black square. This was working fine.
Square. On YouTube, I can. It's where I would be. My Decepticon.com.
Right, he's in the void. He's in the void. Okay, hold on a second.
But can you hear me?
You see, I can. Well, ask the chat if they can hear you.
They can hear. They can hear me.
Okay. So how I fixed this last time was by
turn my volume.
How
about my volume?
And then I went to Skype, and then that made you appear. But this time it's not making you appear.
About my volume.
You sound fine to me. Chat, how does he sound?
I think it sounds a little loud.
We got.
Give me a sec.
Jackpot. We got Roy. We got Tina. If yours is too loud, I can slide your thing down.
I did it.
You did it?
That's fixed it.
You know what? Now you're too quiet for me. I don't like that. Auntie.
Nah.
What? Why did that happen?
Because
I can barely hear you, by the way.
What do you mean?
Okay, I can hear you now, but for a second there, I couldn't hear you. Please bear with us. I'm sorry about these issues we're having.
Minimize this.
Streamlabs.
Close this. It's still a black square. I'm still invisible.
Pop that there. Black square is no good. Oh my god. What's happening?
What
is happening? Okay, I'm going to remove the source and try and get you back in again.
What did you do?
Listen, we haven't done touch and tips for a long, long time. And you can tell. What did I put that in as? I think I put that as a window capture, didn't I? Hold on a second. Quickly write this in. Dice. Skype, Streamlabs. Okay, so you can see the settings I'm working with here now. I pick Skype and it doesn't pop up. It should be, but it doesn't.
Yep, now I'm watching you do all that.
Yeah. But it did right before we started. We had the same issue right before we started streaming. And then I went to the standby thing. And then we came back. Not the standby, the intro by Clever Trev.
It's Clever Trev's fault.
It broke us somehow. Oh my god. Decepticon, what are we doing here? What's the
embarrassing.
How do we fix this? I'm cringing over here.
Sing him a song.
You're the musical one. You're the musical one, right? We play a skit. We play a skit in the mean. Well, I can't even control us then if we're doing skits. Keep it up. Keep it up. You're doing good.
I don't think they like that song.
You don't think they like that? Are we getting more subscribers to Decepticon? Wait, I see Black Square.
I think we've lost all viewers.
Roy Schwartz having a lot. Look, this is just what people expect now, I think, at this stage. If you come here expecting anything more than this.
Oh, there's another black square now.
Well, I don't see the original one that you see.
Jesus. I see the overlay one with my website. What's that?
That's just text I have floating there all the time. That's not like a video, you know.
No.
Mr. Jackpot says it's all over, please.
It is all. Everything's all.
Hit the subscribe button, join my Patreon. Join the Patreon, guys.
Across the board. It's all done.
Why is this not working? Why is this not working? Bit. Automatic.
What did you just say?
I don't know what I said. Oh no. Got my hopes up for a sec.
The box disappeared.
I'm just going to get rid of this again entirely.
What's it look like? Nope.
No, it's right. Keep them entertained, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all part of the show. This has all been planned. Alright? Do not hit the dislike button. Whoa.
Swordsman comes out September 10th.
What comes out?
Swordsman. The Swordsman.
Oh, Swordsman. Tell me about Swordsman.
You know why we're just waiting here? It looks alright. It looks like a like you slice people, you dice people, you stab people.
Is that what you like?
Looks alright.
Is that what you like?
That's what I do. You know, I like this type of game.
Slicing people.
I'm into that.
Is that what you're into?
What else we got? We got Budget Cuts is coming out at the end of the month. Walking Dead at the end of the month.
Keep going, you know. I
Squadrons
recently
at
made
the
a
end of
Walking
the
Dead
month.
video. Did you watch that video?
Yeah, it looks like the same game as the other. I don't know what's what.
It's based on the TV show. That's the big difference.
Oh, all right.
You know?
And all the zombies wear construction outfits.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, I think we've come to the conclusion here that we're going to have Decepticon be audio only. Is that okay? Is everyone okay with that? Are you okay with that, Decepticon?
I don't care.
You don't
Good.
care?
God.
I can't figure this shit out. I think it's just my shitty hardware. I think it's just my laptop.
My beautiful
Cannot
face
cope.
has broken it.
It's just
Shattered the
Decepticon's
camera.
beautiful
It's like,
face
oh my
is
God,
broken.
look how beautiful this man is.
But okay,
Short
let's just
circuit.
pretend Decepticon is in below me, where he belongs. Beneath me.
No.
Where he belongs, underneath me. He's a power bottom, though. He generates the force from below. Okay. Maybe pop up the chats
Correct.
so I can see what's going on. I wonder if that's what I did. You know how you can split screen your windows? Like you can have half a thing here, like 2 applications with the same screen. I wonder if that messed up Skype because I did that with the chat.
Oh no.
Anyway, let me change this to live chat instead of top chat so I can see everyone, even the bigoted remarks from
All
Roy
the
Schwartz,
pretty
notorious bigot. Aunt D is here. Tina is here. Roy is saying lol. Jackpot saying it's all over. Dirty Koala's here. He's saying happy anniversary, you filthy animal.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to Firewall. And I think that's as good as a... actually, no, it's not as good as a time to lead in because we should probably introduce what this is, who we are, you know.
Who are you?
I'm Petrifying Pumpkins, Decepticon. And this is...
Are you?
Yeah, this is Touch and Tips,
Right.
episode 29. It has been many months since we've done 28.
4 months
4
since
months?
we did the last one.
It's been a while. My co-host here is Decepticon, of course. You all know him.
I've
You
been
all
busy.
know the famous Transformer, Decepticon. That's his street name. Donnie is here. He says, I'm in here. He's like, let me
No,
out.
he's not.
Let me out. I'm in
Please
here.
Show
I'm
that
in
man
here."
the door.
He's
Show him the door.
He's banging on the glass.
There's the exit
He wants
sign
to
right
get out.
there.
Donnie, welcome. Thanks for joining, even though it's a disaster. You can all, just to make sure though, you can all hear Decepticon, yeah? Can I just get confirmation on that?
Let's see.
And how's his volume?
turn
Is
up
it
the-
volume good and
Let me
all
hear
that
it.
kind of stuff?
Sounds good to me.
You can hear yourself?
Yep.
Alright, that's good. Okay. So yeah. Decepticon, obviously, musical man.
You-
Check him out on Decepticon.com if you want to check out his music. He's on Spotify, Bandcamp. Where else are you? Where do you want people to find you?
All the places,
All the
wherever you
places?
want,
Everywhere.
any place you want.
All right. Roy
All the
Schwartz says,
things.
yeah,
New
it's
music
good.
soon, actually.
New
More
music?
new music.
Are we
Maybe
talking
even
like
November.
An album?
Maybe even
Are we talking about
November.
an album? Like?
Maybe another November
Oh,
album.
shit. What you mean
Yep.
another? Don't tell me Screens and Dreams was November.
Yeah, that was in
Jesus
November.
Christ. Where's the
I
time
know
going?
it's been. I don't know. It's vanishing. Just gets worse and worse. Everything's
I'm
just
aging.
time
Aging
just
more
going with
noticeably every
everything
day.
else.
Donnie, of course, that was a trick question. There is no exit. You're stuck here for life. Roy
Here,
Schwartz
trapped.
says this
Trapped
one time
forever.
at Bandcamp. ... That's not the kind of Bandcamp we're talking about. You keep your flute to yourself, Roy Schwartz. The skin flues.
No, it absolutely.
So yeah, I am Petrifying Pumpkins. As I said, YouTube, follow me on the Twitters, all that shit. The links are in the description. Now that that's out of the way, I think we can get into our first topic, Decepticon.
What is?
Which is Firewall's second anniversary, Decepticon. The 28th
believe-
of August for you
Can't
in
believe-
America.
I can relax actually because nobody sees me. I can sit naked again.
Yeah, you can whip it out, plop
Oh,
it down
man.
on the table. Take it easy. I got this trailer here playing from 2 years ago. Like, basically, like a gameplay overview before it even released. You see the old faces. A baby-faced Hess Barber,
Look at
back from 2 years ago. Before the stress of dealing with the community. Looking for
It's
servers.
only the job was fine. Everybody loved their jobs until the community got
Oh,
involved.
yeah. That's the problem. The community is always the problem, am I right? Deej is here. He says, oi, 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 how you doing, Deej? Donnie says, trapped. What a time to be alive. Donnie, living the dream like Karen. She's trapped too. Roy Schwartz says
They're all trapped
2XL.
over there. Your house, everyone's trapped. What are you talking about?
Everyone's
The
in the
whole
basement.
family
I
hostages.
have got a big basement. What does
His
2XL
babies are
mean?
stolen. The wife is stolen.
Is that my street name, 2XL? I'll take 2XL.
2XL.
Yeah. I'll take us. I'm working my way to 3XL right now. We'll get there.
You're going the other way.
But Decepticon, 2 years of Firewall. You know, this time last year. How do you feel Firewall has come along in the last year? We'll say.
I think it's better. It's
You think
better,
it's
way
better
better game. I think it's way better.
than in just last year.
And what do you mean?
I mean, like,
just the last
just
year?
the last 12 months.
From
I'm
the
just
year
asking.
before that? It's a little bit better, not
Okay.
much.
Okay.
But the
I-
game overall has greatly improved.
Because we want to bring this up because of.
Approved.
Oh, sorry, 2XP. That's what Roy was saying. Yes, I forgot to mention that actually. Thank you, Roy. In celebration of the 2-year-old anniversary of Firewall, there is a 2XP event going on. I'm not sure how long it lasts, but it's on right now. Hop in if you can. Get them XPs. Donnie says, at least I have a newspaper to lay on. I like Karen. Don't touch Karen, alright? She won't speak to you anyway, or else she knows what happens if she does.
Donnie, I'm starting to learn dreams, Donnie.
Don't listen to him,
Make
Donnie.
them puppets.
He's staring.
I'm gonna
He's
make the
finished
puppets,
Borderlands.
Donnie.
Now he's doing the tutorials.
Oh, guess what? Soon too. I just thought of this.
What?
Halloween. So you know what
All
that
right.
means?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna be streaming.
Oh shit, that's right. What are you streaming?
I got all kinds of games. I got them. I got a game.
but
I
we
got
know
some
you're.
Halloween.
Are you going to do
lined
more
up.
than one?
Probably.
Oh, all right. Hit me up with the list. What do you got? What's coming?
Don't you worry about it just yet. It's
Okay, all right, okay. Like when you say, like, are you like throughout the whole month?
Pumpkin spice
Just
early.
throughout the whole month of October, or is it just Halloween? Like, what's the story here?
Maybe. Nobody. I don't know.
All right.
Probably just Halloween.
You know what? Just subscribe
Maybe
to
Mischief Night.
Decepticon's YouTube if you want to check that out. Which nobody will. I might give him a
Nobody will.
pity like. I might pop in and give him a like, or a down vote.
Doesn't
Give him a thumbs down.
Doing it anyway.
and
Just like
leave.
the suit. Don't matter. Doing it anyway.
But yeah, anyway, this whole 2-year thing, and then I saw a tweet today from Domo, who is also a community moderator for First Contact
Omo?
Entertainment.
You get a tweet from Momo?
Momo. Momo said Momo was a big fan of Firewall.
I knew it. I knew she would be.
But Momo wanted to know. And I think it was a good question. He asked it on Twitter. Okay, so we know the deal with Firewall is that it only has one mode. And the reason for that, most likely, is to not split up the player base. But then he says, is that better than, having team deathmatch or more modes that could bring in more players? What would be your thoughts on that? Giuseppe and chat.
I don't think they should change it.
You don't think they should change it?
No.
Not even.
Not at this point. If they haven't bent by now, they ain't bending.
Well, they did say they're never going to do like a respawn mode.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Options, maybe, but we still haven't got them now. You know what I mean?
they
We're
did
pretty
tease
deep.
options
We're pretty deep.
in private, and yeah, it is 2 years.
We're pretty deep.
I will say
Solaris coming too, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much support it's going to get after Solaris.
I will say that I have it from a reliable source that I won't name, even though this source didn't really tell me much of anything. But they're not done with Firewall yet. There's like something else is coming. I don't know what it is. If I had to guess, I think it might be the dedicated servers. When Solaris goes live, they might roll that out too with them. I don't know.
They talked about that.
We'll have to wait and see. But they're like Firewall isn't done. So that's the word in the streets.
It isn't done.
All right, that's what I've heard.
All right.
Donnie says, so since Decepticon only streams on Halloween, does he dress up like you, PP? You put on your fat suit, Decepticon? Put some pubic hair to your face.
Day. Scotch tape. I got it all scotch tape right on there.
We got a question.
Shave the cat.
Ooh, sorry. See, I can't see you, so I don't know when you're done talking. That's the problem. Deej says,
Shave the cat. I said I shaved the cat.
what does a community moderator actually do? Deej, that's an excellent question. Technically nothing. Well, for me, I don't really do much of anything at all. I have moderating power over their Discord and the Reddit that they have. But Domo is really doing all the work over there. He's like really, especially with Discord. He's like some kind of Discord pro. So he's like, But yeah, they moderate. Sometimes if I see like a thread over on the /Firewall 0 hour Reddit subreddit that's like just saying, you know, fucking Kyle is such a prick. You know, I removed that. You know, that's an example. You don't see that. I made that thread myself. I read it myself.
You already removed it. And then you banned me because I posted my own album. You're like, nope, banned for life.
Get wrecked. But you did violate the guidelines. But, you know, plus that guy who did it didn't really do you too well, I don't think.
Everyone got banned.
Donnie says they moderate the... Well, in fairness, there was an awful lot of shit talking going on in that Discord. A lot of kind of veiled shit talking, you know, like really pushing the line as like trying to be as insulting as they can without crossing the line.
It's all trolling. It's all trolling.
It's all for the lols and the crack.
It's a game. We're all playing a game, and they're all like, "Where?" It's like it's a game.
But yeah, Firewall, 0 hour, 2 years old. Best game, PSVR. Best multiplayer game. Still going already. You know?
How long have I been playing with you for now, though? It's 4 years, right?
No way.
That's ridiculous. 3 years? It has to be. Because we were playing Rec Room for a while.
Yeah, but like, I think
because that was kind of first, and then we started getting into werewolves.
Late 2017, I think, is when I started getting into Rec Room kind of stuff.
It was probably 2018, 19, 20, so 3 years.
Could be late 2017, maybe. I don't know. Too long is the answer to the question.
And too long, exactly.
Exactly. Get to the chopper, says you suck, and I'll lose a face. I win at trolling. I can't do an Arnold. I don't know why I tried it. But there it is. I probably offended some Austrians. But luckily,
that was Arnold. I didn't know what you were doing there. I didn't. I thought you were seasoning out. I thought you were stroking out.
He's English, so it's half Austrian, half English. Can you do an Arnold Decepticon? Do you have what it takes?
I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Can you do that? Or are you supposed to do that? You're not allowed to do that anymore. I don't think.
You can't do Austrian voice. You cannot do Austrian voice. All right. I don't know how Get to the Chopper has been cancelled yet, but he will be. I never knew Arnold was French. Okay, well, the French accent, I'm happy with doing the French accent. I'll take that. Get to the biggest. Bigotry in the chopper. That Gamecat in the chat says, hello, pretty pumpkin. Thank you very much, that Gamecat in the chat. I would like to point out for anyone who's just joined that Decepticon, thanks to his technical difficulties, which are probably my technical difficulties, he's gone.
It takes a black square to make him look good.
I still don't see that black square you're talking about. You know, it's driving me mad. That's what the issue is. There's a black square that I'm not seeing. That
maybe like a 50% faded square.
The opacity. All right, listen. That's what I want to say about Firewall. You know, we'll have to get back into it. Will be when I stream again. We'll be streaming Firewall. I really wanted to do it for the actual day, but unfortunately, real life got in the way, as it always does. You know, unfortunately.
What are you gonna do when you have that other one?
Listen, I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You know, I'll cancel that YouTube channel when we get there.
Blacked it out. You're like, oh, another kid. I'm having another kid. That's right. Shit, I forgot about that. I was trying to forget about that.
Honestly, I do forget about it a lot. Just because the twins keep you so busy, it's like you don't have time to think about it.
Oh, that's good.
It's like I want to keep that shit at the back of my head. I don't want to know about it. But anyway, Get to the Chopper says
that could be the one. That could be the one that makes you the money.
Maybe that's the famous one.
That's
Maybe
the one.
That's by Alec Baldwin. You know?
That's the one. These two derelicts
two
that you got
Stevens.
now.
You know?
They're bad news.
Get to the Chopper says some World War vets made me change my name from Danish Bacon Gaming, so I had to get my own back somehow.
He got yelled at.
Really?
So what he's saying is he got yelled at.
Danish Bacon Gaming. Somebody gave out to you for having that name? And they were World War vets?
You should have just named it something
Danish,
even worse.
You know? But when you were called Danish, I assumed you were from Denmark. So
that's what I thought.
That's what any reasonable person would think. You know? Come on, Danish. Get it together. Anyway, Firewall. 2 years. Chat has been like very quiet about Firewall, which is kind of shocking to me because this channel was built on the Firewall is the foundation of this channel.
It's
and
all
chat's like, whatever.
Does anyone even play it? Who still plays it?
I would if I could. I'd be playing that shit every day.
Well, I'm so backlogged. There's so much backlog now. It's ridiculous. And now Dreams is just gonna. That's it. That's done.
Just make Firewall.
I'm gonna be playing that until PS5.
That Game Cat in the chat says, which one is your favorite twin? Whichever one is not crying at any specific time. That is my favorite one.
How will you know which one the evil twin is, though?
The one that beats the other one is the evil one. I'm assuming. You know? Any reasonable person? Well, that's exactly what a pair of crazy people like you would say. Maybe. You know, maybe that's the situation. My favorite twin is Danny DeVito, says get the job.
What do you mean?
Really? I thought yours would be Arnold. Technical difficulties and manhood deficiencies. Oh, I like that. Can that be your next album title? Technical difficulties and manhood deficiencies. Go for it. Come on.
Come here.
It's a mouthful.
Cat. Let me show you some manhood deficiencies. Come here.
Whoa.
Come here.
Whoa, he's pointing that at me. Although I don't know why he's pointing that at me. What did I do to deserve that? Jackpot says the evil one is the one that sent me the GG message. I swear to God he did that. I know you won't believe me. But look, it's just because when the keyboard comes up, the button is automatically on the G. So he was just mashing the X buttons, and then he hit the trigger, which is like confirm, which is R2. That's how he sent it. It was pure fluke.
No. Well, that sounds it was planned.
No way.
That was planned.
Listen, that's how it happened. That's the way it was. All right. Donnie says 2 years of Firewall. I don't play as often, but still at least a couple of hours a week for challenges. There you go. Them challenges were a great idea, I think. Keep people coming back. Give you a reason. Give you a goal. Because back before we had the challenges, once you hit level 50, you know, you're just playing for what? You know, nothing.
That's it.
The scoreboard. Which never loads.
Yeah, they should have raised that. That's one thing they should have did.
What if that's the thing? You know? What if that's the thing to change? Up that thing.
Then what? Will it bring people back? Will it bring them all back?
I don't know.
To play for 6 hours straight?
I don't think I want the level to be raised. What I do want is, I guess I want those options, like in private matches that they kind of suggested that they might add in.
That would be nice.
You know, to customize games.
I'll take options.
You know, let me put a timer.
That'd be cool.
On it. Yeah,
that'll definitely change it up, like amongst ourselves.
Yeah, pick loadouts, like no jammers allowed or something like that. You know, not that I'm saying we would pick that because that's your whole identity.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying that's an example.
I don't need it anymore.
Relax.
It doesn't even matter. C4 all the way.
Or maybe you could say like no heavy duty. You know, no Okoros allowed. Or
yeah, there we
stuff
go.
Like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Stuff like that would be like fun. Anyway, is there anything else you would add to that, Giuseppe? Anything you want to say about Firewall in the past 2 years? How it's affected you emotionally? How you've grown and developed as a human?
I enjoy VR shooters. That's what it's gotten me to show me that VR shooters are the way of the future.
Okay. In 2 years nothing's touched it though.
Nothing's touched. It's still one of the coolest games.
Just in terms of multiplayer shooters.
So good.
Nothing. I mean, Alvo is the closest thing. That's why we've been talking about Alvo so much. But where is it? I still haven't heard anything about Alvo in a while.
Beta eventually.
PS5 first. PS5 first. Anyway, listen. I think we're moving on to the next topic. How's that?
All right, relax. You're getting aggressive.
Ready? Gamecast in the chat before we move on to the next one.
Dick Wild. Get to the chopper.
Whoa.
I'm number 3 on Dick Wild.
Oh my god.
Do you know that? With the shotgun and trash can, I'm number 3 on the planet.
Dick Wild equals best VR shooter. Is that a meme? That must be a
extremely
meme.
Good.
It's a meme.
Extremely good.
He's memeing this. Don't
matter.
With that.
It's extremely good.
Right, that Game Cat in the chat says, what's your top 3 VR shooters? Decepticon, do you have an answer for him?
Top 3?
Top 3.
Farpoint. Firewall, Farpoint. Borderlands 2.
Okay.
Borderlands. Firewall, Borderlands 2. Farpoint.
Oh. Okay. I would want them to better define VR shooter. Because, is Resident Evil 7 a VR shooter? Because you shoot guns in VR in that game.
That's true.
If it's just multiplayer shooters, then you take out Borderlands and you lose.
Shoot guns and super hot.
Exactly. Is that a shooter? Like, how do we? It's too broad. I need you to narrow that down for me. The Game Cat in the chat. Donnie says there were challenges before, but they capped at 200 on every one. Yeah, those were kind of like generic weapon challenges, which were fine. And it was good. It was a good way to track like headshots and stuff. But they got rid of those. I was kind of happy that they changed them and added like more interesting things. Even like silly things like tapping on doors. It was just something different, you know? But yeah, sorry for clearing my throat into the microphone. Decepticon. I just realized I haven't had my notes open this whole time. Alexis Diaz. If Zero Caliber come to PSVR, it will beat Firewall. That's some fighting talk, Alexis Diaz. You coming in here hot like that?
Go ahead, entertain them. I'm stepping away for 1 second.
What do you mean you're stepping away for 1 second? All right. Listen, I don't need this guy. I never needed him. Alexis Diaz, if Zero Caliber comes out. See, the thing is about these Zero Calibers, Zero Killed, those games that look good in PC, and they're very heavily reliant on motion controls. Once you bring the move controllers into that and you got to reload in a high pressure situation with move controllers, I'm just going to get frustrated. That's just how it's going to be. I'm all for it when we have better controllers, unless they standardize. Like, give me a button reload, which is what we're getting in like Hitman, for example. Get to the chopper says, I want a rowing game to come to PSVR so I can hear Pumpkins say, rowing with oars in VR is I wouldn't say awesome. I would never say that. Don't ever come in here to my chat and start throwing around these allegations. You bigot. Deej says Crisis Brigade is awesome. That is one. Okay, have you tried out the second one? Isn't there a sequel to that now? Where it's like way better looking. But they're super hard, those games too. Get to the chopper says Zero Caliber is from devs who made Poop Tech Cybernetic, though. I've never heard of Tech Cybernetic. Have you, Decepticon?
Nope.
I just had to assume he was back. Because I can't see him, you know? Game Cat in the chat, message retracted. Yeah, you better keep that to yourself, whatever the fuck it was. Don't ever sully
watch
my
it come up on the
eyeballs with
screen.
that.
We can all watch it come up on the screen.
Is it gone? Oh wait, it says Alexis Dees. Yes, is Firewall come to PSVR? Oh wait, no, what? I don't know what happened there. I think he's right to redact that because it doesn't make any sense to me. All right, listen. Before we move away from Firewall altogether, one last question about Firewall. Let me just pop it back up real quick. How much life is left in Firewall? Are we going to be sitting here and celebrating year 3?
I think it's going to be another game just like Werewolves Within.
What do you mean?
Like, it's just going to be a pull out as a group. When groups of people play it,
okay,
we're going to pull it out to play it, and that'll probably be...
When does it get to that stage? Because like Werewolves is like a ghost town, kind of outside of dedicated.
It's kind of getting there already. It's kind of get. I mean, I haven't played it since you played it.
Yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while, unfortunately. I'm ashamed to say it.
So I don't even know. But I'm just like that. That's an example right there.
Chat, any thoughts on like the lifespan of Firewall? Because even if they stopped updating us, it's still the best multiplayer viewer shooter. I think that alone is going to give you some legs. I think it's going to have a bigger player base than Werewolves. I don't think we're going to need like Werewolves.
Oh, no. I still think it's going to be bigger than Werewolves. But I think it'll be treat like how we play Werewolves. Like, it'll just be a game that we'll be picking up here and there.
Okay. Like organizing a party.
Correct.
Player party thing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I see. Get to the Choppa says, look up A-Tech Cybernetic on PSVR, then hopes for Zero Caliber will be tempered. Alexis, why are you so excited for Zero Caliber when you've got this evidence that it's going to be trash? Apparent evidence, we should say. I shouldn't judge every book by every cover, but, sometimes you should. Sometimes when the book has poo on the cover, it's got poo inside as well. These are the analogies you can expect on this channel. Mr. Jackpot says, is there a PC VR game that competes with Firewall? Pavlov is garbage. Is there any more? Onward, I think, is the kind of big one over there. Pavlov. But none of them I don't think are like as polished as Firewall. Firewall have had the budgets. They got that Sony backing.
Yeah.
Got that AAA. Well, not AAA when you compare it to flat AAA.
What's this Quad A I'm hearing of now?
Quad A? You want to talk about Quad A right now? Don't come at me what Quad A is right now. There is rumors of Microsoft developing this Quad A studio. That's where I've been hearing about Quad A. But if you ask me, Naughty Dog or Quad A, that's a Quad A studio right there.
Is that a word?
No, it's like 4 A's. You know, it's like a tier above.
Is that what Quad A is?
It's a new tier. It's 4 A's. You know.
Oh my god!
It sounded like you needed someone to explain that to you. You know, you're saying it like I'm an idiot, but you're the one over here asking what's Quad A. I can't break it down. I can't be any more fundamental with you. Chopped has arrived. How you doing, Chopped? But before we get to Chopped's comment, we've missed a few here.
Building.
Oh, Deej says, I think Squadrons could kill Firewall. Deej, it's an interesting point to make, but I would argue that they're like way different games, if you know what I mean. Like I'd be happy playing Squadrons, and then I'd be like, you know what, I feel like being more boots on the ground, slower pace.
I saw a trailer of that today. I'm going to be throwing up all over the place.
Even with like comfort settings and shit like that? Because you're like...
That one looks rough.
Okay. Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But hopefully it's smooth. Like playing it's smooth.
How have you not built up like a solid stomach at this stage?
In the hovercraft mode on Borderlands, the hovercraft, that shit destroyed me.
So would you say you're just not getting better? Is there any like increase in your resistance to it? Doesn't seem to be.
It depends. I think you have to be ice cold. Like you just have to have a fan like blowing right in your face.
Okay.
I think that really is it.
What if you like subject yourself to the more extreme
ones?
Temperature
down. I think that's what stops you from getting sick.
Okay. And eating ginger or some shit like that.
That don't work.
Just eat them ginger. You shut up and eat your ginger, all right?
Fish oil
you shut your mouth and chew on them tablets. Chew
pills.
that fish oil, all right? Delicious.
Vitamin D, that zinc.
Get to the Chopper says, I am genuinely gobsmacked that Firewall has survived this long. But I can't see it suddenly stopping being the top multiplayer until PSVR 2. And I think so. Get to the Chopper. I think even when Alvo comes out, I think Alvo's gonna like get some attention from a lot of people who are interested in Firewall. But I think it's different enough. I don't think Alvo's gonna have the polish the Firewall has.
Just like Werewolves, we'll play it as like a group, as just another game. It'll be another thing in the stack of things to play.
There you go. A stack filler.
It's not a bad thing. It's just more shit to play. That means it's a good, like there's plenty shit to play.
More stuff is going to be fighting for your attention as the months roll on.
Yep.
Donnie says plenty of life left as long as they keep adding content, but something will come along and surpass it sooner or later. I think so too. Hopefully that something is Firewall 2 on PSVR 2. Am I right, Hess? Hess in the chat. Where are you, Hess? Come out and confirm it, Hess. Please. Damon, Kyle, anyone.
My camera will turn on and he's sitting next to me.
He's behind
you. The camera go out and hear him scream.
He's got his arms around you. You know. You got your mascaras running. You got a swollen lip. Jack Pass says they fucked up. They could have had this game.
Whoa, he gets so aggressive.
They could have had this game alive for a while. Alive. He's trying to say alive. But no. They vision. Blah, blah, blah. Mr. Jackpot, I'm going to need you to like proofread what you're telling me here. All right? But I think what you're saying is this game could be alive for a while, but I think it's already been alive for a consistent, like way longer than most other VR games. Like how's Space Junkies going right now? You know, not to throw shit in Space Junkies. How's Starblood Arena coping right now? Drive Club, you know, these games, multiplayer games, they're just not alive. Firewall, by the way, I could just stick it on and find a game. Well, probably not as quickly as I could last year, but I can still find one. Get to the Chopper says, but does Squadrons offer aim support? I bet there's people wanting that.
Fly with the aim controller.
Says because is more games mods. Alright. I can't translate that into English, Alexis, I'm sorry. Get to the Chopper says Solaris will take their attention away and quest focus will be a thing. I guarantee PSVR is not what devs want to focus on now. Get the Choppa, ever since you got your hands on that Quest, I think you won it or something. But I've noticed this insidious obsession that's come upon you where you're talking down on the PSVR and you're up in the Quest. I think the Zuck has you in his pocket. I think Mark Zuckerberg walks around with you jungling around, you're touching his balls inside his pants. That's what's happening. Alright?
Whoa.
And it's transparent. It's transparent. You know? Why don't you hit me up? Why don't you add me on Facebook?
That's another spicy topic.
It is a spicy topic, yeah.
The Facebook login. Why is that a spicy topic?
You know what? It's kind of like, I can see where people are coming from, but at the end of the day, I have a Facebook account too, and I don't give a shit. It's like, whatever. You go on, take my data. I don't give a shit. What do you want to know? How many times?
There's already enough out there, but I mean, my photo is kind of limitless at the moment.
What does that mean? Your photos are limitless?
There's no trace of me really online except for here.
I find you.
Except on the YouTubes.
If I want to find you, I'll find you. All right.
Will you?
No problem.
Will you?
No problem, Brentley. All right. I've half the job done. All right. I get you. Okay. Chopped is here, and Jackpot welcomed him. Man, that we took ages to get down to that. Chopped, how are you keeping? And Dennis Manguso, the man with the best name, is arrived as well. How you doing, Dennis? Chopped says, hope everyone is well. I hope you're well too, Mr. Chopped. As good as I can
Quest
be.
Is better than PSVR.
Oh, don't.
Sorry,
don't
not sorry.
Here we go. He's getting me started. He's getting me riled up. Where's Decepticon's head? We're having technical issues. He was there, and then we had some issue, and he's not there now.
I might have to step away again.
Did you just blow into the mic? What is that? What happened there?
Steaming.
Oh, hey, your video feed is gone on my thing. Did you shut that off yourself?
Since it wasn't working.
Okay, sorry. I thought that could have been the issue, because I never checked. But anyway.
Nope.
They say the rudder makes Space Junkies worth playing, says Donnie. I don't know what the player base is like right now. Get the Joppa says, I would happily zuck some Zuckerberg for his
Oh shit, chopped with I got a Quest and I think PSVR is better.
What are you gonna say about that? What are you gonna say about that? Get to the Joppa, huh? Bigot, get to the biggest.
Quest.
Fucking Quest bigots in here and Chopped out here fighting the good fight. Oh, the Game Cat in the chat saying, I sold my Quest.
Oh,
sold it.
See that?
It's
trash,
my God. Because it's garbage.
Now that's some manhood right there. That's true manhood right there.
Some poor person out there bought the Quest secondhand. Idiot doesn't know what he got. Probably worth nothing. You should have fucking paid him to take it off your hands. Am I right? Alexis Diaz says Hitman 3, $60. Damn. Well, it is a AAA flat game too. So I wasn't expecting anything less. Deej.
Yeah. And there's a whole lot of content. It's like tons of content.
It is. Chopped says, I already seen that. Danish is infected, says Jackpot. Just speaking truths, says Get to the Chopper, man.
No.
Jonathan McGinley. What's the story with Alvo, says Jonathan McGinley. Last I heard, they had gotten through the consultation. They'd passed that part of the process. They just needed to pass the quality assurance things. I think it's been like weeks since I've looked into Alvo or heard anything about it. But
it's coming. Beta should be soon.
Do you think September? Do you think we're going to get that base in September?
Maybe.
All right, maybe. You heard it here first. Put it on the back of the box. Maybe. Donnie roasted.
Decepticon.
Maybe. I'm sorry we don't have anything more concrete, Jonathan. But that game just gets delayed so much that even if they did say something, like Sony might come out of nowhere, because Sony are like really strict. They might say, "Oh, hold on a sec, fix this whole thing," and that takes another month or whatever.
Oh, that were not poured Saints and Sinners? That's not a port, is it?
Well, hold on a sec. Let me catch up to you. That porn. What?
No, that's after. It's after.
Okay, Jackpot. Sorry, Choppa. Name 3 good PSVR games released this year that were not ports. Easy peasy. Dreams.
My goodness.
Eat it. Free PSVR thing. Iron Man VR.
Oh my God.
And Decepticon is going to hit you with that third one. Finish him off. I've set him up. He's on the ropes.
What was it?
He's on the ropes. He's on the ropes. Finish him.
Saints and Sinners? That's not a port, right?
That's a port. That's a port. Pick something else.
Ah, shit.
Come on. Come on. You're choking. You're blowing us.
Oh, no.
Come on.
What did come out this year? I don't even know. There's so many things. I've played everything. I don't know. My mind's drawing a blank.
You can do it. Let's just pretend Hitman is this year. It's January. It's practically this year. But, you know, Hitman. Hitman in the bag.
Good dog, bad dog.
What does that mean?
Bug snacks.
Bug snacks? What's good dog, bad dog?
That's that other terrible game.
I've never heard
There
of
were
that
so
game.
many terrible games that came out.
I don't know the Firewall because we're talking mad shit about everything else. That game cat in the chat says better ports as Quest reminded me of mobile viewer. See, I will give Quest the better controllers, and you know the lack of wires. That makes it like you know those two aspects undeniably
That is nice. That is fancy.
undeniably superior to the PSVR.
Walking around, that's fancy.
But you know,
the hand tracking,
weak.
that's fancy.
It's weak unless you have the wire to connect it to like if you have a beefy PC that can like run, you know, what's the name of the wire that they have? The Quest Link or whatever the fuck it is, some kind of
trash
cable.
wire.
The
Garbage cable.
Yeah, there you go. The trash garbage can cable. All right, fish it out of the garbage can. Okay, and that's how you play it on PC. And can play more intense games, like let's say Medal of Honor. But you can't play Medal of Honor Quest without that link, you know? Which kind of limits, like, takes away one of the best aspects. All of a sudden, you're wired again. Chop says, good to see you guys back on. I got my lady here. Her birthday is tomorrow, so I gotta... Well, I think we all know what he's got to do. He's got to take one. Take one. Some pegging. There's some pegging going on tonight, am I right, Chop?
Whoa.
Thanks for stopping by, Chop. And say happy birthday to the lady first. For me, anyway. Maybe Decepticon doesn't want to wish her a happy birthday. I can't speak for him. I shouldn't do that. It's not right.
Sure. You know what? Happy birthday.
There you go. Tell her she got one from Decepticon, too. Anyway, thanks for stopping by for reals, though. And let's move on to the next topic, because we're behind schedule, you know. Hitman.
There's a schedule?
Not really. There's no schedule.
What time are you trying to end?
Let's just shoot the shit. 16-hour
All right.
episode. 16 hours.
Let's start.
Let's
Keep
go.
trashing Quest.
Here we go. Keep going. Who's talking shit? Who wants to talk shit about PSVR? Who's next? Yeah, that's right. Stay quiet. You better stay quiet. Trash wire. I have been slain. So, yeah, there you go.
That's
there
right.
you go.
It's over.
There's no recovering from that, you know? So we've got an official release date for Hitman. We knew it was coming January. Now we know it's coming January the 20th. Decepticon. What else do we know about us?
When?
Oh yeah, so I never really got to talk to you about this because we haven't really
2021?
done anything in ages. 2021, yeah. Not 2020, you know?
2020?
Come on, not
No?
2020,
Oh, come on.
all right? There's no schedule. I'm talking out my ass, Donnie. But seeing as I haven't talked to you guys in ages because I've been quiet for too long, I haven't got to stream or anything. Decepticon, Hitman, what's your thoughts on this whole thing? Not using motion controllers, using the DualShock 4.
We've played
motion
Resident
controllers.
Evil with the controller.
But this
It was
is kind of different.
What? Choke, man! I wanted to choke somebody with the wire. What?
But that's
Come
the thing.
on.
That's the thing. You're still going to be doing that. It's just that you're going to be doing it with the
I know,
DualShock.
but I
Like you
want
physically
hands
move
for
it.
that. I want to choke them.
But you're still moving the controller, if you know what I mean.
I know.
Why do you think they went with that decision? Like, why not optional move controllers?
That'd be nice. The optional would be nice. Maybe they will put it in later.
Is
Maybe.
It's like not worth their time.
Huh? Maybe it's too much like Resident Evil. You know what I mean? Where you do a whole lot of moving around with your head, selecting the things.
I don't know. I'm just picturing this game. Like they showed that clip of your man
I
getting
know.
knocked
It
out
looks so smooth.
with the crowbar, and you're like convinced that can only be done with a move controller. But now I'm picturing in your head you have to hold the DualShock like this and then swipe it. And that just, even though you're still holding just a controller, it's not really a crowbar either way. But it's not going to feel as nice, is it? On the flip side, you're going to have sticks. You know,
that's the
you're
good
going
part.
to have sticks.
That's
That is the benefit. And maybe they said, this game really needs sticks.
That's actually why when I play Dreams, when I do use other people's dreams and explore the other dreams, I mainly just use the controller. I don't even fuck with the motion controllers.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do too. So when I tried to use the move controllers, I actually nearly threw up.
It's just too much.
I nearly threw up doing that shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's
crazy.
going on there too. There's like too many people have not optimized their shit correctly because there is a whole lot of games that have just annihilated me.
No, it's not the game. It's just like when I'm trying to create, when I'm trying to move around with the move, like you kind of swim, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You move your arms out
too.
with the motion control. That, like, I did not enjoy those. Get to the Chopper says, you know what an awesome port Pistol Whip plays awesome on PSVR. That's one I've kind of avoided. Just because, kind of like with Beat Saber, I kind of get bored of them after a little while. I don't like waiting a long time. That's the benefit of PC, of course. You can get all these custom tracks and shit like that. Jason Ewan says, get moist. Thank you, Jason. I'd invite you to get moist with me, Jason, if you'd be so kind. Get to the Chopper says, DualShock light tracking is the worst element of the PSVR. It makes no sense for Hitman. Well, it's not just the light tracking. I think they're going with the gyros that are built in too. So I'm trying to think, but there are
It's mad.
Astrobot, for example. I'm just trying to think of games that use DualShock in VR. Did the camera need to see the light bar for that, or could you hold it down and it would still track with the gyros?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. Maybe
I'm always
somebody else
kind of
can tell.
in view of the camera, so.
Okay. Maybe somebody else can let us know. Because I didn't play it that much. Chopped says she heard ya and says thanks. I'm glad to hear it. Chopped. I'm embarrassed for Decepticon that she heard ya. Because, his heart was not in that birthday greeting.
Oh, yes, it was. Sure it was. What are you talking about?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No. You've embarrassed yourself. And you've let me down, You've hurt my image, my brand.
That was the most heartfelt happy birthday I've ever given anyone.
Donnie says, Hitman 3, I so can't wait for it, but I'm still a bit worried about how the DualShock 4 is going to feel during gameplay. The developers insist that it feels amazing for them, and I'm sure once you get used to it, like let's say if there was no aim controller, we'd probably get used to the DualShock and Firewall. We'd have no other choice. So maybe that will be the situation too, or maybe enough people will make enough noise that they say, all right, fine, shut the fuck up, we'll make move controller support, Maybe that is something that will be on the cards. What you moaning? What are you moaning about over there? See, we can't see him on the camera, so who knows where his hands are. We don't know why he's moaning. This is what I don't like about him not being on the camera. Anyway, Get to the Chopper says, some positivity for PSVR. Beat Saber is better with moves. What? That can't be right. Skyrim is sexy times. Resident Evil is the best VR game for me, and I will agree with you there. Resident Evil is the killer app. Resident Evil is the best killer app for any VR game. Or platform.
Yeah, just complain. Everyone just complain. How about we just start doing that for every game? If shit doesn't work, just be like, murr, 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 murr. Start yelling at them, and then they'll put it in.
I'm going to make them listen. Donnie says, once you get to use the moves and dreams specifically while creating, you won't go back to DS4. But the problem is getting used to it, Donnie. That's the problem. It's a steep learning curve. For a smooth brain like me. For other people, I'm sure it's fine. Get to the Chopper says, due to announcement from IO, Firewall will now remove aim support and make all players use DualShock light tracking. Be kind of cool if they could update that, so just for a week, see how people react. DualShocks only.
They'll all delete it.
Oh yeah.
That'll be the end of Firewall.
Burned down. FC's studios burnt to a crisp. Get to the Chopper says, Hitman clips keep showing hands moving independently of each other. I don't get how that will work with DualShock. They could be like animations, just like I think when you're blending into crowds and stuff like that. Like Agent 47 does animations.
You actually have to walk around your room and use each thumbstick, one's each arm.
It's genius. It's genius. Hideo Kojima again, right there. He's done it again. He's joined IO Interactive. He's sold Kojima Productions, and now he's coming up with this revolutionary ideas. God damn, he's good. Mr. Jackpot says, we got to bitch, and we will get it. They said Space Junkies couldn't get moves. 2 weeks later, we got an update for moves. And what happened to that game, Jackpot? You killed it with your move controllers. That's what happened. Donnie says, my camera is
aggressive again.
My camera is offset from my TV like 6 feet, and I have no problem with playing Astrobot.
Me too, Donnie.
But are you telling me that your camera can see you fully? That
My
sounds like what
camera
you're
can
saying.
always see me
What
all the time.
What I want to know is like if the camera
At every
cannot
moment
see
of
the
the day.
DualShock controller, is that an issue with Astrobot,
I
or
don't
can it
know.
just rely on the gyros?
Probably get the screen of the grid.
There's gonna be drift.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
and that's what the thing with Hitman is gonna be drift.
The
That's gonna
grid.
be the big problem
Actually, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think it really did.
in Astrobot.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember there being any
We'll
like
put the
drift problem
question out
at
there.
all.
Nobody else has responded. I don't think anyone else. Oh, you're talking about no drift in Astrobot.
No, nothing.
Well, that might mean so that you had to have it in view of the camera then.
Yeah, I don't know. No. Yes. Maybe.
Okay. Good, solid answers from Decepticon. You know, really informative stuff as per usual. Let's move on. Are we ready to move on? Anything else to say about Hitman? Oh yeah. One last question. One last question about Hitman.
All right. Fine.
From all the gameplay we've seen so far, it looks really good. Are we looking at PS5 gameplay there?
I don't know. Maybe because there's a lot of people there. But then again, I mean, look at Resident Evil. That shit looks really good too.
Well, yeah, that's
But
true.
there isn't much. I mean, there isn't a lot going there, like character wise. There's a lot of
Yeah,
characters.
there's a lot of AI to be messing around with.
There's a lot going on there in the
A
background.
lot of objects to interact with. A lot of physics going on.
Yeah, like
You
look
know?
at that room. That room's like filled with people. But that's also these could also be like full like cutscenes. We don't know if this is actual gameplay or not.
Well, listen, I haven't played these games, but I don't think there's many cutscenes in them. I like the cutscenes.
Well, I
think
mean
are
like cutscenes that they've rendered for this like preview.
Okay,
This
I see what you
trailer.
mean. I see what you mean.
Uh huh.
Like just designed to mimic the look of VR, but then
Yes.
not actually be
Yes.
VR. The only thing
Yep.
about that is the characters really don't look like they look like something that you would see in game. If you know what I mean, like they're not
Yeah.
top of the line kind of.
Yes. This is also true.
But anyway, maybe it's PS4 Pro or something like that.
Could be PS. It could be the send out instead of getting the Resident Evil 8 that we thought. Maybe this will be the send out and we get
we'll
Resident
get-
Evil 8 on PS5
Maybe.
as the start.
Maybe the Swan Song.
Mm.
Donnie says
That's
going to
be the kickoff. And then they got to follow suit of Resident Evil 8 again. It's like you just did that.
Just wait a
with 7.
generation. Just wait another generation. PS3 headset will catch up with that. PSVR 3, I should say. You can test it tomorrow, says Donnie. You don't go to any trouble, Donnie. Just in case anyone knew off the top of their head. Get to the chopper, says, I put my DualShock under a blanket and the camera stopped tracking us. Complete trash, PSVR, says, get to the chopper. Now, are you talking about, like, what game are you talking about where you did that? Or is this a joke? I can't tell.
What he's talking
I don't
about.
know.
He doesn't know what he's
Donnie
talking
thinks this
about.
is PS4 gameplay. Obviously
Could
not this
be.
particular cutscene, but the gameplay that we've seen.
Maybe.
Donnie, maybe.
There's
Maybe.
no anybody saying nothing about nothing.
They won't confirm. I asked the question on the AMA. They just kind of ignored it. Hitman is done. We're done talking about Hitman. Let's talk about a Decepticon game, if I've ever seen one. Sam and Max.
Sam and Max. Yeah,
This
I played
time,
some Sam and Max
it's
on the old
virtual.
PC.
Okay, so you know about this game.
It was like the adventure base, like that click base, like Monkey Island.
Okay. So this is called,
alright.
this time it's virtual.
It was
That's what
alright.
it looks like. I watched it. This is like a. They
It was
revealed
silly.
it at Gamescom. It was like a very brief thing, and then a day later at the Future Game event or whatever the fuck that thing was, they showed this gameplay kind of trailer, where it just looks very much like Accountant Plus. It's like very wacky, random. It's got all the kind of VR tropes. There's a dartboard you're throwing shit. There's like
Yeah, I don't know if I need this in VR. Like this could have been made in dreams. Someone could have just made this in
someone
dreams.
you could probably make it in dreams before it comes out. You know. But
Somebody
apparently,
do that, please.
this game has like a
Somebody
big
do
following. Apparently, like a lot of people seem to
It
know
does.
this game.
It's just like
this
all those other
characters.
click base. It's the same thing. It's the nostalgia. Like. Oh
I'll be
my
honest,
God.
I'm not too interested in this
Me either.
at all. It's not doing anything for me in particular.
Mr. Bits is going mad.
She doesn't like me here talking shit about Sam and Max.
As soon as I looked around, he was staring at me in like the crazy pose.
You're gonna get fucking clawed. Clawed to death in your sleep tonight. Sleep with one eye open. You piece of
I
shit.
always do. You
Yeah,
robbed
look-
me the last time.
I'm looking at this gameplay here, and it's like you're shooting a rocket launcher at this big monster, and it just looks very kind of meh, you know.
Nah.
I think this
Yes.
game is just like entirely
It's
reliant
a big
on
meh.
its like humor. So if you're into this,
Nostalgia.
no, look, I have heard of it. I've heard of this in the past, Sam and Max games, but I've never seen gameplay. I knew it was kind of a
Ain't like
cartoony
this.
looking thing.
It
but I've
ain't in
never seen-
3D.
Oh yeah, this is obviously different for VR, but you know,
Yep.
I've never seen that thing. Donnie says next topic, and I couldn't agree more. Next topic is something I am more interested in. This is Wraith the Oblivion from Fast Travel Games, the people who brought us Apex Construct, which was good. But this one, like this trailer really stands out to me. I don't know, did you watch this?
No, I missed this trailer. I haven't seen this.
Might be one of the coolest trailers in terms of giving you an idea of what it's like, because they're using mixed reality. So this guy is walking around like, I'm assuming, green screen things, but they've, you know how you see streamers playing like Beat Saber in mixed reality. It's like they're in the game. This is like the closest thing to that. Like he's opening the door, the camera swivels around him, and it's like, you know, it's like the best so far I've seen of the idea, selling the idea of being inside this haunted mansion or whatever. So yeah, have you looked into this game at all? You know anything about it?
Nope, nothing about it. This is one of the ones that I've missed.
This is, I don't know if you've ever heard of the World of Darkness or like Vampire the Masquerade.
Yes.
Say it again.
Go ahead.
These are like all set in the same universe or something like that. So even though this is a standalone title by itself, there's going to be like Easter eggs and stuff like that to these other things. I've never played Vampire. There's another one called Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Nope, me either.
These things, you combine them all together, they're all part of this World of Darkness series, which is like a modern fantasy type setting. And in this game in particular, you're playing as a wraith. But even though you're a wraith, you're kind of still being spooked by meaner, scarier ghosts, basically specters or whatever they call them.
So is it like a something's after you kind of thing? You run and hide, something's after you?
It's like Outlast, yeah.
Puzzle solving?
There's not, like, you're not, like, you do unlock abilities as you progress. This is the trailer I'm talking about, Donnie. Is it not playing for you? And it's kind of very small here, I'm sorry.
It's small.
But
You can put it over my box.
Yeah, I guess I could, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to risk breaking anything. But listen, it's not like a mind-blowing trailer or anything like that, but normally when you see a trailer for a VR game, it's just like, hey, this is representation of what it would look like in VR. Whereas this kind of goes to some effort. Like the way he opens that door in particular, that just there when I was talking, like it just looks nice. Anyway, Muzz is here. He says, hey, where the hell you been, yo? Nice to see TT back. Muzz, it's nice to see you back.
You know, we've been back. Where have you been? Where have you been? We've been here streaming every day. We're here every day, Monday through Friday.
You shadow banning me, Muzz? You getting me blacklisted?
I don't know. We've been asking where's Muzz? Where's Muzz been?
Johnny says, where can I go see it, is what I'm asking. What do you mean?
Where can I go see it? Probably YouTube, Donnie.
Yeah, it's up on the YouTube. Like Oculus have a channel, or
where else would you see something?
A trailer up for it, and Fast Travel Games, I'm sure they've got their own YouTube channel as well. Check it out. I didn't put a link up in the description or anything like that, but just type it into YouTube, you'll find it pretty easy. Must says lies. It looks good. Alexis Diaz. A Tech Cybernetic is a PSVR game that came out this year. X-Real Game are the people that made Zero Caliber.
He or she sounds like Antonio Banderas.
Maybe that's what he sounds like, you know? Why not? Why not have some spice? Spice in the variety of life. Anyway, the Wraith Oblivion, as you progress, you unlock new abilities, including like telekinesis, so you can control things, move things around. I'm guessing that's going to be like involved in puzzle shit. And you'll be able to walk through walls and stuff like that. So you get more abilities, but you don't really get like combat abilities. So you're going to be like running away from these.
Rogue? Is it like creatures. Rogue, where you just like do the things over and over?
No, it's a single player, straightforward, linear kind of thing. You're in a big mansion. It's set in like a Hollywood mansion, I think it is. And there's like a lot of occult stuff. So people that were there were like experimenting with the occult. And you've kind of got to learn about what happened there. And you're going to see specters and learn their stories if you want, etc., etc. But it just looks creepy. It showed, like, in this trailer, it shows him hiding in a locker, which is kind of like a fucking cliche at this stage. But then the spooky thing comes up to the eyes of the locker. You know, the peephole, let's say. You can just imagine that'd be cool in VR, you know? Getting all scream out of you. That could be a nice... All right. But this one's
another Halloween treat.
Early 2021, so you're not going to be playing this until Halloween 2021. 12, 13, 14 months. 14 months.
They could have had a great play. You know, I could have showed this game off.
Actually, they really kind of should have tried to get this out for October. Maybe they did and they had to delay it or whatever. But, you know, it would have been nice to have a spooky game for October. But it looks really good.
Is there anything coming out? Is there any spooky game coming out before Halloween?
Do you count The Walking Dead Onslaught as a spooky game?
Not really.
I think that's all of them I can think of off the top of my head.
All right, just relax.
I'm sure there's probably something like, what's that trash one? The doll? Something with the doll? I can't remember. Some garbage.
Spooky's HD
Spooky
Mansion
doll,
or whatever.
yeah,
Spooky
doll.
Mansion.
You're right. Spooky Mansion. Whatever we make in dreams. Fozzie Bear says, hello everyone. Welcome back, Fozzie Bear. Man, I could smell the whiff of smegma.
I thought I smelled trash. I thought I smelled trash.
All that foreskin, Rogue is here too. How you doing, Rogue? Top of the morning to you, Rogue.
Rogue.
So did Sony talk VR or something? What did I miss? You didn't miss that part, yes. But we'll get to it, even though it's pretty small and basically you answered it yourself. Alexis Diaz says paper doll. That's the trash I'm trying to think of.
What is it?
Is that? Maybe it isn't. Weeping Doll. Weeping Doll is what I'm thinking of.
Weeping Doll.
I'm not even sure if that's VR, but there is a trash horror game called Weeping Doll. Pedro Figueredo. What's up, Pumpkin? How you doing, Pedro? I'm sorry.
Screamed it. Say it like how he typed it. He didn't say it just like that.
Twins sleeping in the room to my right. I'm not going to scream it.
All right, whisper it. Whisper scream it.
What's up, Pumpkin?
There you go. There you go.
Bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit
No,
the
that's not what,
That's what he said.
No.
That's the Sparrows. That's the Sparrow, It's the same Sparrows.
It's the same whispery anger spirit.
So, oh wait. Anything else I want to say about the Wraith Oblivion? I think I kind of covered everything. How do you feel about? Right. How did you feel about Apex Construct? Did you like that game?
I enjoy that game. Yes.
I think I was enjoying it until I got to some game breaking glitch where an elevator or a door wouldn't open.
Yes,
and
that happened to me.
Yeah, so I was like, well, fuck this. I'm not playing it anymore.
That and that other game, that other horror game, Go Home. Is that it?
Oh, Home Sweet Home.
Home Sweet Home. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so broken.
Alexis Diaz. There is one that's called Paper Doll. I believe you, Alexis, but I don't actually know that one. I don't think.
Paper Doll, there is.
Pedro says, now that's how you use a whisper
opportunity. Paper Doll.
That game cat in the chat says, can I go bed now?
No, you cannot. We're not done.
You eat your vegetables, and we're saving the vegetables at the very end. All right. That's when you can go to bed.
Sit back in your chair.
Sonny.
Get tired.
All right. All right, I think we're done talking about rape.
We're going to bore you for another 30 minutes.
Next up, briefly want to touch on this because it's not coming to PSVR. It is Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond.
I didn't even know about this. Actually, yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Come on. Did you see the trailer?
Yes, I did.
Come on.
I saw it.
This is like another Half-Life, Alex.
It looks really good.
It looks so fucking good.
It looks extremely good.
It's been funded by Facebook. Hats off to Mark Zuckerberg funding these experiences, advancing VR. He is a believer in VR, which I'll give him credit for. But this looks class, and I'm sad it's not coming to PSVR. And I don't think it ever will either because it's Oculus developed.
It's his name on it. That's it.
Zuck
it's
don't share.
It's done.
There was rumors before, I think. Now, these are rumors, and I can barely remember. It was a year ago where it was Oculus and Sony were in talks about sharing their exclusives.
I'm hoping in the future everyone just becomes an IP and everyone just sells their games across the board to.
What do you mean everyone becomes an IP?
Everyone becomes their own IP.
What does that mean?
Facebook will make their games, but then all released as Facebook on all the platforms.
Are you saying
and then Microsoft will have all their games also released on all the things?
I'll see you mean let's say you download something on your PS5 and you're able to play these Xbox games and shit like that. Is that it?
Yeah.
Or Microsoft games. Okay, I see what
something
you mean.
Like that.
Launchers.
Yes.
It sounds like a nightmare utopia.
This is down the line.
What's the opposite of dystopia? Not a utopia.
That'd be nice. But I mean, it'd be nice.
Get that out of here, you communist. That sounds like communist talk to me. You goddamn commie, get out of here. All right. And Donnie says Apex glitched me into spots from time to time, so I didn't get far. Now, yeah, that's my only concern about the raid.
I finished it.
I hope it's not glitchy. But anyway, so this is how I'm going to start my morning. You love the Zuck. I can't get enough of the Zuck, Rogue. Listen, Medal of Honor looks unreal, and this is going to help move the medium forward, so I'm happy about it, even though we're not getting it on PSVR.
Steps. These are all steps in a good direction for VR overall.
Boneworks Alex, and now Medal of Honor. These are like the top tier kind of viewer experiences. No, well, Resident Evil 7, I put that up there too.
I still haven't like even seen Boneworks in person or played it.
No, of course not. But you
I'd
can
like
just
to.
tell by looking that it's fucking unreal.
Have you?
Of course not. Of course not. I've never seen another headset. I've never touched another headset that
in
wasn't
Ireland
a PSVR.
own that? Does anyone in
No
Ireland own
one.
that? I didn't think so.
I'm the only one with electricity over here. The only one. All right. I don't think there's anything else to say about Medal of Honor. Just that I'm kind of jealous of it, you know. And it's been made by Respawn. Like the Respawn, that's a big company. EA, Respawn, these are big kind of. It's just refreshing to see big studios still flying the flag for viewer. You know, it's not dead. The dream isn't dead yet, and I don't think it will die. Decepticon.
Nah.
Not if you can heed comments by
There's still
Sony
millions.
themselves.
I mean, it's not many millions, but it's still millions, and those millions are still growing.
I'm just going to expand this image here. So this is taken from a financial report, the latest financial report from a Sony meeting or whatever that they have with their shareholders. I'm just going to take this little quote here. So, in executing these strategies, greater emphasis will be placed on dev engagement. Sony Interactive Entertainment plans to provide content for a variety of game genres and formats and make advances in unique and immersive interactive experiences such as VR. So they're talking about the future here. They're saying, hey, VR is very much in our future. This is really all there is to take away from this, but it's still comforting to see, you know. VR is something in the future we're going to have. Probably going to get a VR headset 2, you know, the second. Do you think they'll call it PSVR 2? Is that too much?
I don't know. Now that there's like been rumor that it's going to be its own thing. Yeah,
like wireless?
That's what they're saying. It'll be like its own little unit. And if that's the case, that's what I'll be I probably won't be buying a PlayStation 5. I'll just be buying PSVR 2.
What if it's like Quest, though, where like you link it to the PS5 and then you can play like the more intensive games?
Well, I mean, if you had, see, then I'm getting one.
Well, that's probably what it's going to be.
But if it's standalone, then I'm going to be more interested in a standalone product.
I don't. Well, you're just what you're saying here. You're backing up. That biggest get to the chopper. You're basically saying standalone is better than more power. What I want is more power.
No, it's not. I don't really want a standalone, but it would be better for my wallet to have a standalone.
Let me just clarify. When you say standalone, are you talking about wireless, or what are you saying? Or like separate platform?
If they have its own, a separate device. Like PSVR 2 will be its own thing.
So you don't need a PS5.
You won't need a PS5 to connect to it. You'll just have PSVR 2.
But then you got like all kinds of problems, like battery problems, power problems.
Right. Well, that's the woe. That's the woe of getting that. But I mean, the technology may be a little bit. It's going to be probably like Quest 2, whatever Quest 2 is going to be.
Okay. I still want, like, my ideal PSVR 2 is one that you can plug it into the PS5 for that boost, or you can take it out for certain games that you'll be able to play, like Beat Saber or whatever, to have them wireless, completely wireless. That's the kind of, that's the dream for me, I think, because I don't want to lose the power.
It'd be nice to have it both. Maybe there'll be a box with it sold as well. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a little a more powerful processing unit.
I don't know if did you hear about the PS5? They've confirmed that it will have Wi-Fi 6, and some people are speculating that that's big enough, that like the bandwidth of the data transfer where you can stream over Wi-Fi wirelessly to a VR headset without losing latency or whatever.
Interesting.
I don't know, are you big?
Rogue's comment right there is also interesting because Xbox doesn't seem to be they're interested in VR.
Well, look, they're waiting for Sony and PC to do all the take all the risks, and
You don't think they would just save and we will have something coming? You know what I mean?
That's what they did. That's what they did say for the Xbox Series, or what is it called? The Xbox One X. They're like, one of the selling points was high fidelity VR. That's what they said. Then they released us. It came out. People bought that thing wanting VR, and then 2 months later, he's like, "Oh, you know what? Actually, VR is not for the sitting room. It's for PC right now. It's not where it should be." And the Xbox should have been gotten into trouble over that, but because VR is so niche, nobody kicked up a fuss. Not a big enough
There's
fuss
not enough.
anyway.
There's only 5 Xbox players anyway, so like only one of those people complained.
But listen, somebody's got to speak for that guy. But I'm annoyed too because you want more. The more people in there, the better. The more chefs and the
Right. Well,
broths
that's
and
what
all
we
that.
just said earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you saying, yeah to? Dice is on the ball. This is Rogue.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, too.
I don't know. Yeah, I would hesitate with that. Yeah, too, if I was you. Rogue. So he was saying, what do you think about the speculation that they're going to make a Vita VR? Okay. So if you're saying there's going to be a Vita VR that's competing with the Quest, does that mean there's a separate one that's competing with like the Rift? Or is that just the one thing? Are we talking about making 2 separate headsets?
No, I think that's what we'll get. And then it'll connect to the PlayStation 5. Like you said, I think that'll be like the beef. The beef.
So you think there's going to be 2?
No, just one headset.
Just one with the wire that connects.
I think
okay.
Yes. And
Which
then
is what the
connect
Quest
it to
does
the
too.
5,
Okay.
And then beef it up.
All right.
But if you want, you can use it as like a standalone. For that way, it'll be cheaper for people that just want to experience, like me. Like all I use my PlayStation 4 is for Fallout guys and everything else VR.
Oh, you should be playing Ghost of Tsushima. It's so good. Anyway,
No.
Alexis Diaz.
It is.
Now
I'm sure
you
it
need
is.
Facebook to use Quest. Yeah, that's like been a crazy thing on Twitter. Is that a big deal for you? Do you care about that?
What?
Like
What?
if Sony said, "Oh, you need to have a Facebook account if you want to play PSVR."
I don't really like that, the login, because then if that network goes, I don't care about the data thing. But if it's tied to that network, what if that network's done? Like, what if that social media is done? Like, what if everyone just stops using Facebook one day?
But look, everyone stopped using Google Plus one day, and
Did the login stop though?
well, like they just shifted it, like they just changed it to something like
right.
That's
Okay.
what they would do, presumably.
Right.
They go back to what they had before, maybe. Like
I
Oculus.
don't
Oculus
particularly like it. I don't enjoy Facebook as a product anyway.
Yeah, it is trash. It used
But
to be
that's all because I don't want to give him even more money. You know what I mean?
Who's him?
I don't even
him
know,
with
like
the capital H, the Zuck, the reptilian,
That man.
the leader of the reptiles.
Reptilian King.
Rogue says someone has to do something or the Quest will have too much of a lead on the mobile market. I think it's still very early days, but I think what both of you are kind of alluding to there, I think that sounds good. I think the idea of you can play it separately, you don't need the PS5, but if you do have the PS5, it's going to complement it nicely. But then how would you feel about, well, would that hold back its potential?
Probably.
Or
Probably.
would you?
It would be cheaper for the consumer.
It would be cheaper, but like right for me, the fan, I want the best that the technology can be, if you know what I mean, with the PS5. So I don't like the idea of it being held back. If you could have like exclusive games when it's connected to the PS5, I'd be okay with that. Maybe you wouldn't.
But it may just be like a resolution boost. You know what I mean? Maybe it has a processing power on it enough.
But then like you're getting, like let's say Red Dead Redemption 2 comes to VR, and you can it can only work if you have the PS5 to give it that horsepower because the open world is so detailed and there's so much shit going on.
You don't think they'd make an optimized version though?
I don't know. I don't know if they can. Like how?
I think
can you make that technology small enough to fit and wear it on somebody's head and to power like a battery long enough to be?
I mean,
good?
that's Quest 2 is basically heading that direction.
Well, I want to.
It's definitely going to be later than what they got now.
I'm gonna be looking at Quest 2.
Be a bigger hard drive. It's definitely going to be like cooler or something. They're probably going to have some fans on it of some kind or some sort.
But in terms of like its horsepower,
it'll probably be beefier. Yep.
Okay.
But
well, I need to see how
having
beefier.
that would be nice to line up specs wise to see where they're at.
Yeah, for sure. Like if it can run like Red Dead 2, then I'm fine. I'm okay with that. But I just don't want it to be crippling the potential, if you know what I mean. Joshua Taylor says, "Nope, crickets?" ? And I don't know what he's talking about.
And maybe
Probably
that's
answering
also
a question from 2 years ago. What did you say, sorry?
Yeah, let's see. Where is this? Joshua Taylor. Let's see.
No crickets. Probably we asked a question maybe 2 hours ago, and then this question is the answer. And we started getting into a spiel about fucking the Quest.
Any other Joshua Taylor? I see Jason Ewing. I don't know.
Never mind. Muzz says, how are you doing, Joshua, by the way? Must says, need the hardware to back the VR for bigger and better games. I want big world multiplayer games that look amazing.
No, so
need
do I.
cross-platform for that. Oh, you need cross-platform for that. Now, what do you mean by that? Are you saying
He wants bigger crowds to play the game. Like he wants like every
player
like
base, numbers? Okay.
Actually, what I was talking about earlier, like if all the companies just become their own like IP and just sell their names on their games to all the other companies.
You communist.
Do
No,
it.
thank you. Get that
Do
commie
it.
shit out of
Everybody's
here.
doing it.
You're talking about
And then
the
we
death
can
to
all play
competition.
together.
You're talking
Then we
about
can
the
all
death to
play
competition.
together.
Mark
It will
Zuckerberg will
be.
control.
But-
He'd up the prices to games for €2 billion.
And then all of the well, then everybody would stop. I don't know though. Would it be bad?
Like competition's good. That's
Well, I know, of course,
That's
but
what
that's
I
what
know.
I mean. That's what
You
it'll
know?
definitely cut out. Will it be bad though? I don't know.
Listen, shut up. Rogue says, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a cheap upgrade from PSVR that has compatible controls with a mobile version that can be used in its place connected to PS5. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a cheap upgrade from PSVR. Okay, so based on what the headset we have now. Compatible controls with a mobile version and can be used in its place connected to PS5.
I could see that as well.
So the same like screen, the same
I
basic
can see that.
basic hardware except for the controls.
Yep.
But then you'd have to have like some kind of wireless. Like how will you get? Well, no, never mind.
I think that's going to be the thing as well. Like, or we'll have the choice as well. We'll have that to start with, and then we'll get the beefy version down the line,
boy.
which would be like PSVR 2.
No, hold on a sec. You just muddied the waters there for me. What?
Like we'll
What
have
would that
to
be
use our
called?
old headset. They won't give us we won't get PSVR 2 for a bit. We're gonna have to use our old headsets.
Well, I'm expecting to be using this headset for like minimum 2 years.
All right.
Like after
That's
the PS5
probably all right.
launches. That's my expectation. If it comes sooner, perfect.
And then we'll probably get that headset. And then it probably will be, because then you got to think then that the technology will be even better for a wireless headset.
You'd imagine so.
The
You would
longer they
hope
wait
so.
it out.
But I don't
Is
know
that
how
what they're
quickly.
doing though?
I don't
Like
know how
Rogue
quickly these
said, do
things
they
are
want the
advancing.
Quest 2 to come out and just destroy the market of being the wireless headset?
But I remember, like, so PSVR, the one that we have now.
Because Quest 2 is definitely coming.
But PSVR, the one that we have now, is the market leader. And I remember an interview with Sony being like, hey, we didn't actually expect to be the market leader and we're not comfortable being the market leader. So maybe they don't want to be the market leader when it comes to mobile either. Maybe they just want to see how the Quest fares and then plan around that. I think they were expecting the Oculus Rift and the HTC to be a lot more popular than they actually turned out to be.
They're just pricey. I think if the price, because that's every time when I ask someone like if they're interested in VR, they're always like, I don't have money for that.
Yeah.
I ain't got money
And to
for
be
that.
honest, it's the PC, you know, you need that beefy PC.
I ain't got money for that.
So
I don't
PSVR
have
2
money for
and
that.
Visa VR. Now,
I'd love to have
you need to get rid of
a VR setup.
They can never use that Visa name again. PS Visa was a disaster. No disrespect to the hardware itself, you know, but just sold like trash. It's like a failure.
VTAR.
VTAR? Wow.
VTAR.
Damn. They've done it again. Kojima has done it again.
And the
And
first
remote
game
play
you'll use
viewer.
those left arm and right arm toggle controls.
DualShocks only. Donnie says PSVR 2 years after PS5 launch, at least, maybe even 3 years. Donnie, I agree with you 100%. People are
3 years. I don't know that long. That's a
well,
long
I think
time.
that's like, I think 2
That's
years
a
minimum.
long
I don't think it's
time.
coming sooner than 2 years.
No, 2 years is probably that. But 3 years, I don't know. 3 years is pretty long for letting another competition, like letting it, because by then Quest 3 will be out.
I mean, we have to see. Like, maybe the PS5 is going to give the PSVR that we have now such a big new lease of life that like it'll feel like a new headset, if you know what I mean.
Here's they'll just have that first. What if that's first?
Say that again. Sorry.
Before the 5. They do have the standalone already made PSVR 2 and it's that's what they'll sell first. Then they'll sell the 5.
What the hell are you talking about?
Standalone. If it's a standalone product.
What do you mean before the 5?
Before the 5
Before the
comes out.
PS5?
Uh-huh.
That's
What if
in,
they
like,
just
that's
drop
in
that
2
out
months.
nowhere?
That's in 2 months.
That's all.
3 months. Whatever. You're telling me this new headset's going to drop out of nowhere in 2 months? No, come on. No, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. Ludicrous. What have you been smoking? What have you been hanging out with Chopped? Talking to Chopped and Minus? Muzz says screw
I'm
wireless.
just throwing these ideas out here, man. I'm just throwing them out there.
Substituting quality for convenience. As good as wireless VR can get, a connected one will always be better. Muzz and Donnie, I'm agreeing with both of you right now. Both of you speaking my language. Although I want the option for wirelessness. Even
The
if
battery power. That's I don't want to keep plugging in I already have a hard time plugging in
controllers and all that shit. I know.
Like,
the Move controllers are a disaster.
And then I'm going to play the headset and it's not going to be charged. I'm going to be so mad.
But at least the PS5 is going to be like USB-C, so it's supposedly way faster charging and shit like that. I don't really know.
Right. Oh, it's the same. It's just like a car battery, too. It's the same thing. I'd love to have an electric car. But if you can only get 80 miles or 100 miles, like, damn it. Make it better. Make these batteries better. What do we got? Uranium? Do we need uranium? Is that what we got to do?
Rogue makes the counterpoint that wireless adds immersion. And I agree with that too. That's a valid point. But at what cost do you sacrifice the visual fidelity?
That's what I want. Adds immersion. The walking around. I want the full scale.
But I just feel like that's... I don't know.
I don't want any more like problems.
That sounds cool. I want that to be an option. I don't want it to be forced. You know, I want the option to have those games. But if I want the full 4K, can't distinguish from real life experience.
What was that shooting game that we saw where they're playing it out?
Space Pirate Trainer or something like that.
God, that looks so good.
Arena or something. That was really cool.
Space Pirate Arena. Yes.
Yeah. But that was like a special arena they set up and like they mapped it into the game.
Well, it's actually just it's like an empty garage. They're just playing in a bigger room.
They set up like plyboards and stuff like that for walls and shit.
No, that's all in game.
I thought they were doing so like they were physically taking cover behind real walls in real life and like it matched up perfectly with the game.
Nope.
No,
you can see them. They're walking. They're facing each other. And they're walking.
All right.
I'm angry now. You got me angry.
I was mistaken.
That's it.
I apologize.
I'm fired. All right, I'm sorry.
Rogue says we're already sacrificing for VR in general. That is true, but right now we have to make these sacrifices because we're running on hardware from 2013. But these PS5s are going to be beefy. Even for 2020, they're going to be like pretty impressive pieces of equipment. So, do we want to hamstring these things?
Will there still be a planet? Will there still be a planet?
Let's not get into that.
I don't even know.
Let's not get into that. Let's talk about the end of the world at the end of the podcast. You know, we'll wait for that. Muzz says I always play VR sitting down, so a wire doesn't bother me one bit. Nice rebuttal, Muzz, and I agree with you too. But maybe I'd be more inclined to stand up if there was no wires. So you know, there's like that argument too. Rogue says Sony won't release a tethered headset with the top specs. It needs to be financially accessible. VR is about sitting down.
Right. See, Rogue, for me, it's like, it all depends on the game. It all depends on the game.
True. Like I used to play Firewall standing up all the time, and then I got the obesity and the diabetes, and now I have to sit down. You know, I got my legs removed.
But the more interactive the games are, the more fun I have. Like Saints and Sinners is so good.
Yeah. That's a great example. Okay, we ready to move on? Let's talk about the PS5 kind of more in general now. Oh shit, I never resized this. It seems, and I've locked it. So yeah. Whoa, that's too small. Why is there such a delay? Anyway, whatever.
Now it's full screen.
You're behind. You're behind.
All
right, listen. This is where you should be now. It's like over your face.
Just put it there.
That's where it is. It's only a fucking video anyway. It doesn't matter. It's August is gone. Decepticon. We're practically in September.
What are you so mad about August?
Because I'll tell you why I'm angry. I'll tell you why I'm mad.
Go ahead.
All right, because we still don't know the price or the release date for this.
No one knows. This goes to the end of the world conversation.
But look, if they have it's coming November.
I don't know.
It has to be coming November.
Is it?
Yes. I'm like or earlier.
How do you
like it's not gonna
Are you a developer? Are you a developer?
Here we go. You know what? I have actually made a cube in Dreams with a metallic surface. So the answer to that question is simply yes, Decepticon. Now what you got? What do you got to say now? That's right.
You're the developer of the cube.
Muzz says, standing to add immersion never made any sense to me because you're walking around in VR but just standing there in real life. That's a good point, Muzz. You know?
It is.
You could argue that's lessens the immersion because, you know,
but
feel
still
like you should be walking.
Moving all around, like the boxing games. Like I can't sit. I
Like
can't
if
play
you're
a boxing
reaching-
game sitting down.
If you're reaching to grab things from shelves and stuff like that, and you're standing up, that feels better. I think. I hate reaching down when I'm sitting down. I don't know what that emoji is from Rogue. Can you decipher
A little
that?
worm?
It's too small. Is that
Like a little worm? A caterpillar?
Muzz, you worm. Is it a bed? It looks like a bed. Is it a bed? I think it's a bed.
It's a bed.
Go to bed, Muzz.
It's a worm. Let's just go with it's a
Bed,
worm.
Muzz,
It ain't a
worm. I
bed.
don't know what that means. Don't know what's the meaning.
It looks like
behind
a
this.
worm on the chat, and it looks like a bed in your thing. There's a red sheet and a green sheet. I got two different sheet
come on,
colors.
Christmas worm. Christmas worms coming in.
on?
All right. Muzz, the Christmas worm. Okay. Listen. Okay.
Little Christmas worm.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up, is that September 9th is the 25th anniversary of when the PS1 released in North America. So there's a lot of speculation that Sony will have some kind of event on September 9th, and that's where we're going to hear price, release date, all that shit.
Is it?
What do you think?
Is it?
Because there is one clue that kind of lends it some weight, is that Call of Duty Cold War, the newest one, they're going to have their multiplayer reveal on the 9th of September. And they've got the marketing deal with Sony. So it could be that that's where it'll be shown. It'll show it at the Sony event. So that kind of lines up. What do you think? What do you think? Are we getting it? We can't go through September. We're not going into October without knowing the days.
Well, I personally think it might be the economy that's holding it up because it's not in the best of shape at the moment.
Okay. My rebuttal to that, Decepticon, would be that the economy is not as bad as it's going to be. Yes, it's going to be a disaster next year. So they want to get it out right now while people still have a bit of money. So, and
then people buy that, then we're all starving. But
we'll have food. You get the PS5. But just no energy to lift the DualShock 5.
There'll be no power. There'll be no cable. But we'll have it sitting there.
They want this shit out as quickly as possible, I think.
So we buy it. So we buy it as fast as possible.
Because next year it's like, hey, your job's gone. You know, recession number 3 is here, or whatever it is we've been through now.
I don't know.
And because Microsoft have confirmed they're bringing theirs out in November, they're not going to let them have a head start.
But I mean, does it even matter at this point? Like, what do you got, Mike? Like, you could say $10. I ain't buying that for $10. Like, it don't matter.
Well, listen, they can't see it like that. They can't get complacent. That's their competition.
No games.
You know?
What games do they even have? Like, anything? Do they have anything?
The medium. I don't know if you've seen that. It kind of looks like Silent Hill-ish. It's actually kind of cool where it's like split screen. You're controlling 2 women at the same time in like alternate realities. If you know what I mean. Yes. Like they mimic each other. I don't know. Listen, this is not an Xbox podcast. That's not why I don't need to know these things. All right. Xbox is trash, and we all know it.
Well, that's what I was getting to, though. Is like, do we really have to wait on Microsoft to drop?
But they do. Like, just because it's trash to us doesn't mean because this whole generation, like in America,
that's why there's a hold up for the price, though. You think that's what they're waiting for?
Yes.
You think they're waiting on Microsoft, knowing that Microsoft's trash?
Not that they need to, but Microsoft need to wait for Sony. And so Sony know this, so they're playing games too. They're like, well, you can sweat it out, Microsoft, you know? I think that no matter what Sony announced, Microsoft are going to undercut them. I think. So that's why Sony are going to wait for it as long as they can.
That's what I mean. That's even if it's $10. I don't care.
To you don't care, but there's a lot of people out there who would be happy with that for $10.
But that's okay. That's all right.
Okay. Listen, Trevor VR is here. Trev VR? How would you say that?
Trevor.
Trevor, you know, just if you want to say it plain and boring like that, fine.
Trevor.
He says W. How you doing, Trevor? Matt Marjanovic is here. He says, what's up, pumpkin folks? How you doing, Matt? Welcome back. And Germ is here. He says, I'd much rather have resources / costs go into a better head-mounted display specs than wireless tech. So he's on Team Muzz.
Interesting. He's a better screen.
I'm on Team Muzz too, by the way. Rogue, you're on yourself. Are you on Team Rogue? I think
Team Rogue. I'm on Team Rogue.
Team Rogue.
I'm on Team Rogue.
I'm Team Muzz, 100%. Canadians gonna fuck these Australian bitches up.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We can unleash the spiders on you guys. It don't matter. We got total control.
You can never
of the
be wireless
wildlife.
with all them spider webs. That's the thing. Like, what's the point? Why do you want wireless? You're always going to be tangled
Unless
up in
Pete,
webs.
it depends on whose team Pete is on, because then you got lizards. Then you got the control of the lizards.
Oh, the
so.
lizards eat the spiders.
Could battle
you know?
the lizards.
The spiders
Depends
are
on what
fucked
team
by the
Pete's on,
lizards,
though.
you know?
If Pete's on our team, then it's really over. Wrap it up. We got the lizards and the spiders.
Rogue says, wireless isn't an exclusive upgrade for a better headset. The Quest fucked up. You can have direct video delivered from a USB port. Okay. Matt Marjanovic says, yeah, more power, being graphics higher, FPS. Tether me up. Matt's on Team Muzz as well. They just excluded it, says Rogue. I'm not really sure what Rogue is saying here. Can you understand?
They just excluded it. I don't know, you just said it. Why do I got to...
Listen, that's your teammate over there. You know, you gotta sell me on his ideas.
No one, everyone I think has the same problem. No one understands him.
You gotta turn your head upside down to read his comments, and then it makes sense. You know.
Oh shit! Let me see.
Down under. Top of the morning to you, Rogue.
Is that what it says upside down?
That's what it says. You know, you say, "Hey, what's up, guys?" That's what it says. Decepticon. Can they go to October without having price and release dates? I don't think they can.
I don't.
Chat. Wait, surely September is the month
And then
we find the shit.
should we make it? There's next couple months. That's the other. I don't know. I don't know.
Who's I don't know. I think Sony's going to blink first. I think Microsoft are just because Microsoft know that no matter when Sony, Sony announces,
I think that's why.
That's when they announce it.
I think they're the controlling horse here, definitely. So Microsoft's just going to whatever price they come up with, they're going to have a lower price.
But this waste is kind of hurting Microsoft more than it's hurting Sony, because it's less time for them to say, "Hey, our console's cheaper."
This is true.
So they're only going to have a few weeks.
They don't even have VR. They're already dumb.
Well,
they're already dumb.
That's true. Put that
They
shit
don't
in the
have VR.
bin. Put it in the bin. It's
What
too
do you
big.
expect from
Expect
from a console that doesn't have VR on it?
Exactly. Good points. Good points from Decepticon. Fozzie Bear says, "I want bigger field of view and better graphics." Bigger field of views. That's a big one. That's something we haven't really talked about.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
For sure. Anything that can
I think
get rid
that'll
of
happen
the
anyway. I think that's what we're getting that regardless.
Matt Marjanovic says, honestly, they should make it optional, but wired up will give more power. But start there and make wireless option with less specs. All right. Okay.
Right.
I don't think there's anything else to say about this other than it's kind of ridiculous to have it go on this long. We're just a couple of months away now, and we don't know
Does
how much.
It anger you? Are you mad?
It kind of annoys me a little bit that they started doing this pre-order lottery thing. It's
Have you been saving money?
I have. From all the Patreon money has gone into that.
Interesting. Okay.
So we're at 400 and something now. So I'm pretty.
All right.
I'm pretty sure we'll get it.
So are you going to get it? Are you going to get one right off the rip, or are you going to wait?
Absolutely. Just for the sake of this channel, I think I have to. You know.
All right. Whoa.
Maybe wireless 5G. Says
I don't know if I'm going to wait or not.
Have you been putting away a little bit of cash?
I have. I've been putting a little bit away.
Mm.
But who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of months? I may need that money. Never know.
Toilet roll money. Stock up on the toilet roll again, all right?
Things are looking grim.
Germ warfare. Well, Germ Warf. Our pre-order is going to be direct from PS. I've been putting my PS5 funds into an Amazon gift card balance. I know they've started doing that in the last few months, that they've opened up this kind of online store where you can buy directly from them, but I can't imagine it will be exclusively from them. Surely GameStop, Amazon, all the usual places are going to be selling this thing too. I can't understand why they would.
Maybe for people that are real. So I don't know if they're going to do it at random. It'd be nice if it was maybe by what your trophies are. You know what I mean? If
you're talking about the lottery. Okay.
Yeah. They're registered.
Yeah. Well, they do want your gamer tag, or your ID.
Right.
So that would suggest that maybe because they did say something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what the wording was, but it was something depending on your interest in past Sony shit or whatever, something like that. So people with platinum trophies or something like that might get them.
It's not
you
just
know?
some spam thing where it's just like, okay, some spammer was able to get it, or
Well,
some terrible person was
you
able
want
to
to know
get
why
one.
I'm extra mad?
What?
That's
Why?
only available to North America. There's no lottery for us in Europe. You
See
know?
that now? Let's see that. Why do they do
So,
that? Why do they do
and
that?
like Europe is like the PlayStation owns Europe. Like they have a battle in
Oh my
America with
God.
Xbox, but they dominate in Europe, and then they treat us like this. The ultimate disrespect, spitting in my
Jesus.
face. Most says the pre-orders with Sony for those who are worthy enough with their PS activity. So they have said something about PS
See
activity.
that?
But I think that's kind of cool. Like that's not just
Come on.
some dickhead scalper can come along and claim like
That's
20
what I,
of them.
yeah, that's what I was just saying.
It's actually
Yes.
someone who plays. Like
Yes.
Decepticon was saying.
Correct.
That's the point. I know it kind of seems like when you word it like that, it seems like they're being snobby or whatever. Like you're not good enough to pre-order this thing. But I think what
That way,
is kind of
it
fair.
won't be hard for people that actually want one than people just trying to make a buck.
My only problem with what they're doing is that they're like, oh, come win this chance to spend X amount of money. You don't even know how much money yet. It could be $600. Could be $600. Could be God knows what else. Just let us know the
This is
price.
true.
I think that's the part that bothers me, but everything else I'm alright with.
This is true.
And last topic, I think, unless you want, is there anything else you want to say about this? We got a comment from Matt before we move on.
Nope.
Matt says, "Do we know if all PSVR games will even fully work on PS5? Yes, or will it be like Xbox picking and
That's really
choosing?"
been a straight, direct answer.
I know they have said that they've tested their top 100 most played games, and that most of those have worked without them having to do anything. So there is a good chance that most of your PSVR games will work without them having to do
Then
anything.
we have to rely on that company to make an update, and
Well, that's
will
it.
they
Like,
do it?
I'd love a First Contact said, like, and like
I mean,
nobody's
like
allowed to talk
old
about it.
games, like these games that don't even get updates now.
Yeah. If Resident Evil 7 doesn't work, I'll be upset. That has to work. I'll be sad if that doesn't work. Donnie says, when you have 2,000 plus trophies, you should be on top of the list. I think I've got more than that, so I'm okay. I think I've got like 4,000 or 5,000. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud because I could be wrong, but whatever.
People are Googling it right now. I can hear the people Googling it right
Registered
now.
sex offender. Who's this guy? That's the one. That's the one. Get him. Get him. Okay. Last thing. Oh, actually, no, it's not the last thing. It's the last thing I prepared for. You've added a bunch of stuff here at the end that you're going to talk about.
I already said it.
You've
I already said it
went
at the
over this?
beginning.
All right, never mind.
You want me to say it again? The Swordsman comes out
All right,
September 10th. That game looks pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
It looks
game.
alright. Looks alright. Looks like the
Okay.
physics where you're slicing and dicing, you're stabbing,
I
removing.
didn't download anything for this because I wasn't prepared. I know there's another
Buzzy
thing.
cuts.
Sorry.
September 25th.
Okay.
Walking
you-
Dead.
yeah.
September 29th.
September is a busy month. Have you heard about Until You Fall, Decepticon? Because that's something that I
yes,
just got
that's
reminded
another
of.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's in the fall. That comes in the fall.
looks good. I'm not prepared for this
That's
at all.
another stabby game. That one looks good.
But what I am prepared for is to talk about Star Wars Squadrons, which had a brand new story trailer.
Puke Simulator.
revealed at Gamescom. I'm not huge into Star Wars, as I've said like a million times, but like this looks cool. Even
Does
though
look
I'm not
really
into
good
it, it
though.
looks
That
cool,
trailer made the game look it looks
It really did.
incredible.
And like every
It looks
part
like
of
it's
this-
gonna be wild in VR.
every part of it's playable in VR, so it's not just like one mode or whatever. They confirmed this. This is 100% VR, and they show a glimpse of it like in this trailer here.
Looks intense. Looks like it's gonna be intense.
Yeah, I'm hype. October 2nd, $40.
How much is that
It's
one?
not even
$40?
full. Yeah, $40. Not a full price game, and this is EA. Like they could go for 60,
All right.
70, whatever, but they didn't.
Speaking of Star Wars, did you play the Vader Immortal?
No, I didn't, because I've not been able to play my PlayStation
Are you
other than
interested
getting
in
in
playing
some.
that?
Like, oh, definitely. I still have to get fucking Iron Man. I'm so behind on shit. Like it's unreal.
I don't know about Iron Man. I
But
think
they've got
you're
the patch.
better off.
I forgot to add that. We should be talking about the patch that they fixed the
Do you
loading
have it?
times.
Do you have the game?
Fixed the loading. No, I don't.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I think you're better off.
You're not happy with it? Have you played it since the update?
Well, no, I haven't played. I'm not. I have no interest. No interest.
Oh. Well, look, you get sick, wouldn't you?
What? Iron Man? No,
Yeah.
the demo was fine. I was fine with that one.
So what's put you off?
The gameplay. It just seemed like a boring, silly game. I don't know. It's not my.
All right,
not
that's
interested.
Fine. Listen, that's fine. Nobody has to like everything. That's okay.
You sound hurt. Are you all right?
No, I haven't even bought it. I'm not defending it. Like, Honestly, the reception it got when it came out first kind of put me off. And it wasn't the long loading screens that put me off.
No, it was just the gameplay.
No, it's not. It's not like the combat. The
Fun.
combat, I'm cool with the combat. My problem was when like you're wandering around the house and
Look
it's
cool.
like you're fucking around like, and then you're talking to people.
That's what puts me off. I don't. No.
And you know, I see it in a lot of VR games, even in the Wraith trailer.
And I get
There's
it because
these
they want
things
you to
where
be
you
more
watch.
story involved.
Yeah,
It was
but
more like Farpoint. Farpoint did that very good though.
Yeah, because you're always looking around for stuff instead of like standing still and shit talking to you.
And it's not long too. It's kind of they keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. And like the Iron Man thing, sometimes you're just standing in a black, like there's no visuals at all. It's just audio.
Jesus.
Which kind of, listen, it's not a big thing, but it'd be enough to kind of sicken my hole, you know?
But hey, it's all just PSVR. I have no problem with it. You know what I mean? It's just not my interest.
Jerem says, I too hate talking to people. I'm fine with that shit in single player. It's just, I don't know what in VR, when they like expect me to stand in a spot and watch people talk, it agitates me so much more than it does in
Blood and
Flash.
Truth part. The Blood and Truth?
Yeah.
Blood and Truth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Skip.
So
skip,
much.
You know?
So
It's like, stop this.
Oh my
Stop
god,
talking to me.
hours of that.
You could give them the finger in that game at least.
It was
you know?
good the first time around. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
But then when you play it that second time around, you're just like, all right.
Stop shouting at me, please.
Shut up.
But yeah, Muzz says, what about in viewer? Okay, that's all the topics. I think. I mean, we probably should say more about Squadrons. There was a video that came out where
Looks good.
like loads of
probably still play it.
customizations.
I'll probably still throw up. I'll probably still play it.
Super in-depth customizations. You need to play it because I know it's like a 5-squad thing, so I need
I'm
I need
down.
the Pumpkin Patch Kids, basically.
I'm down to throw up.
All right, you better be down. And none of this. I need to go. You play. You throw up. You keep the bucket beside you. You keep playing. That's how we're going to build you up. There's no other way. We're going to build you up. You know.
That don't work like that.
It will. It will work like that. You understand?
I think a man will die. Well, I'll be the first man to die.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to transition to the fax machine screen Decepticon now. Okay.
All right.
So you keep
Everyone
your pie hole shut while I
Everyone
transition.
quiet down.
All right. Shh.
It's that time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to our fax machine and see what we have. Fax me harder, Daddy. I've been a bad boy.
Okay. Whoa. I just opened up Discord and it was like a big white screen. I was like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Gyson made a comment saying, I'm going to miss TT Live today, spending time with the nieces. Gyson, if you're listening to this,
Fist bump to you.
Fist bump is right. Okay, we got some nice comments from Domo and Jackboss. Thank you for those questions, faxes, I should say. Let me just pull them up here. First one is from Domo, Domortis. He says, Facebook requirement for Oculus had... I'm sorry, I'm just struggling to read this here now.
Oh, guys, he's listening. Fist bump to the ear.
Oh shit,
Fist bump to the ear,
Gyson,
Joe.
what's up? There you go. Facebook requirement for Oculus and how it can harm Oculus VR. That's what he wanted.
There you go.
As well as benefits other platforms like PSVR and Steam. If Sony releases a standalone PSVR 2 headset, it would make a killing. Discuss. He didn't say discuss, but that's kind of basically what he wants us to do. We kind of did discuss that. Like
we talked about this.
Talked about that for like half an hour.
Discussed.
We did.
It's been discussed.
But we should
I'm
probably,
interested in
let's
that,
address
though.
the
He's
first
on
part.
Rogue, which that means he's on Team Rogue. That's what that means.
Wait. Okay, maybe it does. But let's look at his first part where he says Facebook requirement for Oculus and how it can harm Oculus VR. Do you think it actually will harm Oculus? Do you think anyone actually cares?
In the long run, I think people are just going to deal with it and just sign up. Just like, I'm sure most of these people already have Facebook accounts to begin with.
There you go. I think I think at the end of the day, like there's always so many people talking about boycotting this and that, and then it's like the most bought thing that fucking time, or you know,
everyone's got an account. They all got accounts. Exactly. I mean, maybe deactivated, maybe reactivated, but there's one lurking. Everyone's got. Y'all got one.
Hey, relax.
Y'all got. Everybody got one.
Thank you, Domo, for that question. And next question is from Mr. Jackboss. He says, apparently you got to sign up in order to maybe be selected to be able to pre-order PS5. What do you guys think about all that? So I think we've already covered this too. I really should have looked at these.
I signed up though.
Oh, you did?
I did sign up. Oh yeah.
Why? Are you scalping? You gonna
No,
scalp
but I
some
mean, hey,
fools?
if it's a good price, you know what I mean,
Okay.
and I'm able to do it. Hey, you never know.
So would you say it's not going to be available in
I
like
don't really
GameStop?
like purchasing Gen 1 though. I don't really like getting that right off the rip because there's always problems.
I didn't have any problems with my PS4 Gen 1. I know it's all anecdotal and shit like that.
I
But
know.
Mine was good. I own my
That's what
PS4s. I've
see,
got like
I'm
three
always
PS4s this gen, and they've all been good. They've just been loud. The Pro has been unbelievably loud lately.
the Pro.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like, it's running these 4K games, and it's just like, going fucking mental. Ape shit. It's going ape shit.
So what's a regular sound like playing them games?
I don't know. I think it's quieter. I don't really notice it as much. I could be wrong.
Mine's pretty loud with Dreams.
Okay.
Dreams kicks it off.
Okay, we'll go to the next question, which is also from Mr. Jackbot. He says, do you think we will get new Move controllers for the release of PS5? If so, how much would they cost? I think Sony would sell them like hotcakes, especially with the spike in popularity in PSVR, and would make games better, like that new Hitman. Do you think we're going to see new controllers before we see a new headset?
I think if we don't see the headsets or anything of that, I think that's what we definitely will see first.
We'll see controllers first before the headset?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I hope that's how it is. I hope.
So do I.
I don't want to use the Move
I'm
controllers anymore.
I'm kind of over the balls. I'm over the balls.
This thing, get rid of it. I'm holding a Move controller in my hand right now, Decepticon. You probably can't see yet.
The light balls, them balls. I'm over it.
Exactly, 100%. I want to see like really fancy haptic feedback, kind of cool adaptive triggers, all that shit. I want to see all that in a fancy new controller. So he says, how much do you think they should cost? Excuse me.
How much are the Oculus controllers? I don't know how much
I
these
think they're
regular.
expensive.
They're probably going to
I'm-
be expensive. That's my guess.
Like,
But
look at
I
the-
would like them to be low.
Look at
I'd like them to be at least 70. You know what I mean?
I think that's wishful thinking.
That's still
That's some
high.
wishful
It's
thinking, I
still
think.
low.
I'm thinking 100.
No, I know. And
But
that's
like, okay,
also
are you
probably where
saying
they'll probably be. It'll
like
probably
you
be
need two of
100
them? You're gonna need two of them, aren't you?
Right. That's the problem. Right. So it's going to be $200.
I mean, look at the Move controllers. These are like fucking. How much were these to buy? I think I
60.
bought these for 80
For the
for a
pair?
bundle. I got an 80 euro.
I got
for two of them.
mine way back though, so mine might have been 40.
Okay. Fair
But I
enough.
don't remember.
And these
It
are
might have been
moves.
40
These things
for
don't
each
even have
one,
sticks.
though. It might
These
have
don't
been
even
40
have
for
sticks.
each
Come
one.
on, how much are they going to charge for something with like haptic feedback and all
Because
this
that
kind
was
of
with
crazy
Sports
shit?
Championship. Sports Championship?
I remember that. Good shit.
Sports Champions?
Sports champion. Sports
Why isn't that in
champions.
VR?
There was an Irish character in that game. I always picked him.
I don't know how I feel about that.
He's like, no, I'm not happy with
I
that.
don't know.
I need to
I
find
got
my
mad for a
copy of that
minute there.
game and
You know, I
delete
got kind of mad.
burn it, smash it. I don't ever want to see that copy again. I think Sony would sell them like hotcakes. I think everyone who's interested in VR, PSVR, would buy them as quickly as they could. Anyone who's serious about it would. So they definitely sell. But I can't see Sony releasing new controllers without all this cool shit that they've got in the DualSense. So like haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and I don't think that shit's going to be cheap. So
No.
I think 100.
That's what we were talking about before. If anything, I just give me a controller that's plain. Can I have the option of like having a plain
No,
one?
thank you. You want a stick? Stick costs 50. Stick is
A
50
plain one
extra. That's an option.
Battery, you know what I mean? I don't even need vibration.
No, that shit's going to be 100 each. 200 for two of them.
Stacking
what
on
I'm
them,
saying.
stacking it on.
That's what I'm saying. We got another one from Domo.
It's cool.
He says, and does this Facebook news about Oculus give Sony motivation to kick things up a notch and make a standalone headset? I don't think so. I think sorry, go ahead.
I think if no one actually makes, like Rogue was saying, if they start dominating and no one actually makes one, I think after Quest 2, that's going to start kicking off people to be making stuff. Because if Quest 2 looks really good and it plays really good and it's light and the battery lasts, like people are definitely going to steer towards that thing.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Because then, like, taking it places with you, like I'd love to bring my VR like to all these places and hang out, and the people I hang out with and
you
stuff
going to, huh?
all over the place, across the globe. And
the
then,
globe.
but it's everything. Like literally, I have to bring the processing unit, the PlayStation, the headpiece, the controllers.
It's a pain. Look, no denying that. And I do believe that, like, the reason I say no to that is because I already believe that that's probably what Sony's already doing. But I don't think it's going to be standalone. And like, I think it's still going to be like.
You're still on your team.
Still
You're not
connected.
on Team Rogue.
Look, I'm still on Muzz. I'm still on Muzz's team, where I still think they're going to have the wire that lets you plug it into the PS5 and boost it significantly.
This is the real presidential debate here. This is the real presidential debate.
All right.
Muzz or Rogue?
Look, in the polls, Muzz is winning in the polls. All right, that's just what I see.
I don't know about
that. Rogue says they need to change the light tracking first. The light tracking is fucking garbage, and it does need to go. Donnie says Decepticon's going to go to all the slums of New Jersey.
I'm the king. See, the king around here of that. Like, people are like, what is that? Is that a PlayStation 4? Holy shit, you got VR too? Oh my god. But I can't take it anywhere because it's so much. Yeah, because I can take that. No one has that around here.
All right, okay. You get shanked and just murdered for having one of those. Is that it?
Yeah, well, if I brought it out in public.
Basically. But yeah, I do expect that's like they're looking at the Quest. They're seeing the success of the Quest, like the relative success. I don't like because they don't really like have they given numbers of the Quest, like how much of that thing has sold. As far as I'm aware, the PSVR is still outselling us. I know it's been out a lot longer, but still.
Not sure.
I don't remember seeing numbers for that thing.
I think it did well though. It did.
Oh yeah, it's definitely doing
enough
well.
For them to make a 2.
Yep. Rogue says, "Hey, I said I think it will be both wireless and tethered, for fuck's sake." Well, all of a sudden, Rogue is on Team Muzz.
Wait a second.
He's coming to Team Muzz. He was an inside man the whole time.
Wait a second here.
No, look, the argument that they were having was that, wireless is better immersion, whereas Muzz is like more power is better immersion, and then like the balance. I side with power is better for immersion. He sides with wireless being better for immersion. I can see both sides of the argument. I just think that one side is ridiculous. All right, and I want yours.
Your side. Right? That's the ridiculous
Wrong.
side.
Incorrect.
No, that is the right answer. Alex Trebek, is that the right answer? Tell me.
What?
I asked Alex Trebek. He said it was the right answer.
Alex Trebek. Get lost, Alex. You've no place here. You've no place here, Alex. Rogue says, I just think there will be a cheaper tethered only version. A cheaper tethered only version.
That's kind of what we were saying.
Do you not think that the standalone one would be cheaper?
Well, that may be the enticement, and then you plug it in. You get the beefy. You get the beef if you plug it in. But that'll give you the option of not spending all the money if you don't want to spend whatever the price of the console is going to be plus the price of the headset.
I'll tell you something. I don't like these questions. They hurt my head. I don't like thinking about all these possibilities because honestly, it could go a million different ways. This whole shit is like so up in the air that it could go any way.
I have the case. Donnie.
Let me read the question before I understand what you're saying. Dice, here is a case that you can get. Oh, there is a case that you can get to take your PS4 and. Okay, never mind. I wish I didn't read that.
Yes, I have the case, but it's just a lot. Like I got to take the system too. Like I would ask to take everything. It's all kinds of stuff.
Listen, PS4s are like.
And then
over
you break
100 million
it, and then that's
sold,
it. As soon as you start unplugging it and plugging it back in all these people's houses, the shit's done. It's broken.
So you've been sleeping around, huh? How about all these women with their PS4s that you've been plugging into?
They don't have. That's what I'm talking about. You got to take these.
Your ports
places.
are riddled.
Riddled. Are they ever?
Crawling. They're crawling out of the TV.
Beaten down.
Disgusting. The connectors are all worn off. Decepticon.
Ripped wires.
I believe we have come to the end.
Of what?
Of the show. Like, is there anything else we did? I can't remember how we ended this shit. This trash.
You sang a song. Go ahead.
We sing a song? I don't know. What was the song? Remind me of the
I don't know.
words. What was the
you
words?
Would sing it.
You're
Go ahead.
the one who says it's a song. I don't remember there being a song.
I don't know. You always sang it. You would always end the show with a song. Go ahead.
No, I won't do that.
Like Captain Noah. Go ahead.
I'll play you out with the clever Trev.
Is that how
the thing that'll be the new way?
Flat. What are you doing? Flat. There we go.
Ghost of Tsushima and Fall Guys. That's what I'm
doing.
Whoa!
Flat. Did you get the Wednesday online thing getting added on?
They say it's coming in the fall. So
okay,
next month.
So then you'll disappear around then.
But I only get to play it for like a couple of hours, like at a time, if I'm lucky. Like I I've had the game since launch, and I'm still only in like Act 3, which is the last act.
Looks really good. Does look really. Even my brother.
Cool.
My brother doesn't really play video games, and he was even like,
all of
that
a sudden
game
you've
is
got a
really
brother. Where was this bombshell information?
really good.
All right, your brother's got some good taste.
I got brothers all over the place.
Whoa.
You're my brother. You just don't know.
Whoa.
You just don't know it.
Donnie says, until next time. Donnie, thank you very much for stopping by. Germ says, Dice is going door to door with his PSVR asking, have you heard the good news? And they slam that shit right in his face. Not this guy again. They know him. They know what he's doing.
As soon as I roll up, they're like, oh, no, not
all
this
the
one
silver.
again.
Hide the silver. Hide the silver, Jonathan. He's coming again.
Windows closed, doors slamming, blinds getting shut.
Tasuki's here. How are you doing, Tasuki? Tasuki says the song is I am a pumpkin, you are a pumpkin, 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 pumpkin patch. I like
there
this.
We go. See?
There you go. That sounds like something you'd make up, Decepticon. That sounds like something you would make up.
Please record this for us. I would love to hear this.
You can add a track. To the back of that.
You will get the exiting song.
Rogue says,
oh, send it to me. I'll do something with it, Tasuki. There you go.
Do it. Do it. All right, I think we're ending the stream, Decepticon.
All right.
All right.
Great job.
Thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by. I know it's been a long time. I don't know when we're going to do this again because we don't have a routine.
There is no.
We're trying to get it maybe like a monthly show, or if something
That's
big happens.
Once a month isn't bad.
Yeah, but if like something big happens, we'll maybe try and do like a cool one. But yeah, let us know what you think. Like we'll take
all the hottest topics on the streets.
Exactly. Let us we were open to suggestions. You know, if you wanna give some feedback in the comments after this video is done rendering and it goes live or processing or whatever. Until then, we'll see you in the next one. Keep it real, homeboys.
Great job.
What the fuck is this?
GG.